Can you not hear me good, yeah? Because
Oh, we live, y'all. We are live on the Crew Day Live podcast.
oh shit, Josh Mansfield, straight
Yeah.
away.
What is
We
going
are
on?
live and in person.
Oh, I'm
We
glad they got
Welcome to
the
the
apologize.
Thursday night weekly wrap up and looking forward to the week ahead.
Oh yeah.
Lots to talk about. Lots to talk about.
Yeah, it was a it was a great week for wrestling. What a time!
It
What a
was,
time!
yeah. Yeah. Right from well, if we start back from last Saturday, the pay per view, yeah,
Been a phenomenal week. I
Oh
am
yeah.
thoroughly entertained.
Let's
yeah.
start off with my favorite part of the week, the birth of Kadisi. Or Codicy, if whichever one you want to call it.
I like Kadisi better.
Kadisi, yeah. It's
Yeah, I like that better.
put it on a t-shirt for real. So
For real, I buy that movie.
how do y'all feel about oh dang. Josh about to leave. He about to leave us. No,
Oh,
Matt.
come on, Josh.
Yeah, Josh,
Matt
there's no
is
Matty tonight, bro. There's no Matty. But
yeah.
Maddie
the
wouldn't
other day,
approve. Come on, man.
the other
Support the
day, both,
bros.
the other day, both me and Matty were topless. You missed it, bro.
Matt,
So,
Matty is Matty's in a bar watching his Broncos get trounced.
Yeah, he's currently losing a bet, so not the best move.
Not the best move indeed.
Not the best move.
cool. Wait, first of all, guys, before we get right into it, how is everybody doing? How's everyone's week been? How's everyone's day been? Come on, bro. Formalities, everybody. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
I
Yeah.
don't hear you.
I would love an
I
answer
didn't want to
from
step on
everybody.
nobody with answering first, but
yeah,
I'm doing great. You know what I'm saying? Nice and high, ready to provide the views and vibes as always. You know what I'm saying? Happy to be talking to the bros. Happy Suge is back.
Come on.
thank you, fam.
So
Thank
for
you.
real, bro, we were sending out the prayers and the love whilst he was absent. You know.
Thank
Oh
you, man.
wait,
What about you, Davey? Davey.
Oh, there you are.
Earth today.
They had an echo. They had an echo there. I had to get rid of it.
Oh yeah, man.
Okay, there we
Davey,
go.
what's been going on with you, bro?
You're really low, Remy.
Give
You're
me a second. You know what it is,
you're
yeah? I don't know if you realize, but you know the settings for this StreamYard thing? It won't let me change my audio option, so it won't let me actually use my headset. I have to
you got to
use
go
my
into
phone.
settings.
Yeah, I've tried, but it won't. It literally won't change. It's only as of recent. Like I used to use my actual mic, but it don't let me use it no more.
Hmm.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
won't change to nothing.
I
Oh,
can hear you good
so
now. Yeah, you're coming through fine now, though.
Mans is
So
just talking to his computer screen.
yeah, bro. Literally, I'm talking through my screen. I've been doing it from the last stream, so that's what I'm
Oh,
saying. It's only on Streamyard. When I go on my Twitch, I can use my earphones. I can even use my podcast mic. But it's only like the last two streams you've done through Streamyard. They don't let me. So this is what I've been dealing with, guys. But
damn.
let's not draw attention to that
Yeah.
because Remy is already extremely stressed today. So, back to the good stuff. Yeah, Davey, how's your day been?
Day's been good. Day's my last day off before I head back to the work.
Does that mean
So
you're going to be missing from the
Mm.
podcast?
no, well, not for the next 2 weeks anyway. It's all day shift training stuff. So uh, another 2 weeks anyway. I don't know what my new schedule is going to be, but I will whenever I am available. I am here. So
And my brother in Josh, Shook. How you been, my bro?
Man, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy couple of weeks.
Things going
Uh
up at all?
uh a little bit, yeah, but we'll see.
Mhm, mhm. I yeah, man. So
I believe you want to talk about the Caduso or Cadusi or
yeah,
Could
Kodusi,
Could do
yeah,
so.
Caducey.
Caduso.
So man, so
Uh,
Davey been going with Koduso Shug's been pushing for Kodusi. Kodusi reminds me of another word which I find hilarious.
Same.
That's yeah. That's it. That's
Mhm.
it. That's
Yeah,
it.
and
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that personally. Like, like Koduso, that just sounds like when they mismatched the. You know when they put that.
Hold on. Hold on.
What did you do, Shug?
What happened? What happened?
Hold the
What,
phone, everybody.
what
Shug
happened?
is crying.
Daddy duties first always.
What happened? What she do?
Just came and blindsided Shug. Shug was like, what?
What she do?
She
What
just ran up.
happened?
She just ran up. She startled
She did.
everybody. She
She
startled
absolutely
all of
did.
us. Shook. It's almost as if we're all with you. We all jumped. We was all like, "What the hell?" Oh, look at the little one. That is cute. Yes, Josh.
No, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah. So Cody J Uso. Um, who wants to? I guess I already just said. I might as well start. I'm split on them as a tag team. I get I don't get why they are a tag team. I get storyline wise why they would be a tag team, but I just don't get how. So you bring Cody back. Cody's meant to be the face of the company. They spoiled it, not spoil, but they don't do the story thing with him. Cool. You've got him on Raw, whatever. You've been handling him well. He doesn't. He's never in the he's never in the storyline or match unless he needs to be. So he keeps that aura. He keeps that. He's up there. Cool. Jey Uso, you've caught fire with. He's now popping as a main eventer, a solo star. You've moved him from his brother. You've moved him from his cousins. You moved him from his little brother, and then you put him back in a tag team. It just
Yeah.
it don't
They
make
Hold on.
it don't
they
make
they took
sense.
him from a tag team to make him a solo guy to put him in a tag team.
A tag team of
And
solo wrestlers.
Okay. Hold on.
yeah,
Hold on. Hold on. Let him cook. Give him a second. Um, I feel like this is a way to get Cody on both shows, and this is
Precisely,
a
I
way.
agree with that.
This is a way to reignite the bloodline feud because you can now do. Because eventually they want to do, you know, Jimmy versus Jay. We all see it coming. That's what the family wants. That's
yeah.
I don't see that being a money match. I don't.
it.
No,
It
that it's a match that'll get on the Mania card, but it's
that's
not a
opener.
marquee.
That's
Yeah,
oh that's match one, day one WrestleMania right there.
You know what's funny is
Mm-hmm.
I find Jimmy Uso. This is me personally. I'm more interested in Jimmy Uso's character right now than I am Jay's. But I care more for Jay matches than I do Jimmy. Jimmy can't carry a match. Jay can. Jay
I
has
don't.
more. Jay has more natural charisma, I feel, than Jimmy. But Jimmy's charisma is so infectious. Like
Yeah,
even him just being the I'm the fake Roman. You're like, yo, this guy is hilarious. Do you know what I mean? Jay is more like even Jay's character, he's just an angry kid. Like I love it. Jay's just angry. Cool. But there's no depth to it. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no conflict. Like, all his conflict with the bloodline, that's all done. So now Jay is just, hey, I'm Jay. There's no anything to him. There's no gimmick to him. There's no not gimmick, but there's a backstory, but there's no current story. There's no. It's
there
just
is
hey,
a
I'm
current
Jay.
story.
I'm vibing. I'm
The,
vibing. I'm away from the bloodline. Cody's my dog.
well, no, there's the current story is nobody on Raw really cares for him.
Yeah, no one trusts him apart from Cody, and now they're tag team champions. Like God.
Well, now they do. After the last situation, they
Oh
shook
yeah, yeah,
hands
Kevin
with
and Sammy.
Kevin and yeah. So now it's I guess bringing everybody back in for Roman's return.
Yeah,
But on the tag thing, I mean, it's like I get why they're doing it. Like you slap two massive baby faces together, like the kids out there are just like
Mega powers.
hysterical right now. Right, yeah. So I get that part, I get the marketing part, the money part, but I'm with you on the why would
Yeah.
you take them out of the tag team after they broke the record, had a crazy run, super long run. and then you take them out, you split them up. We know, like Suge said, they coming head to head, but you slap them in a tag, like a random tag team. Like you didn't even build up to it. It was just like a random ass pairing, and then slap the belts on them. Like I don't get that part. But the money, the baby faces coming together, like I get that whole part.
Well, that's a common theme there too, right? Put a belt on them. How
Mm-hmm.
often in the timeline do you see that? Anybody shows up, put a belt on them. Two guys come together, put a belt on them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's
I
not
mean,
a it's not a fix all for every situation. You
so
know,
it makes some interesting history. So now Cody and Jay are they're the only people to win a tag team championship with their brother and then win a tag team championship with someone else who won it with their brother.
Cody's also the only man to fucking was it Cody? Yeah, Cody's the only man to pin himself to win a tag team championship as well.
Yeah.
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 So there is history there.
Cody has some of that just means that Cody has some of the trickiest tag team wins in
Mm-hmm.
tag team wrestling history.
What it
Like
means is if Cody Rhodes is ever teaming up with someone that isn't his brother or a relative or someone he should have lifelong chemistry with, it's going to be the best tag team in the world for some reason.
No, for real though.
Literally, how can Cody and Jay Uso's chemistry as a tag team be better than Jay and Jimmy Uso?
So
Cody is the tag team specialist. That's what that is. He
now
is the
some-
tag team.
something that something that was alluded to.
Sorry, I'm done.
Oh, I was just going to say something that was alluded to there a little bit earlier. This does allow Cody on both shows because of the belts. He could show up
Mm-hmm.
anyway, but the belts give him that legitimate pass, right? This is not a tag team that is going to last.
No.
Everybody knows that, right?
Correct.
So
I mean, I
the
don't know,
eventual
man.
turn.
Triple H is running it now. He does like long title reigns.
Hmm.
Like the
But
average Triple H title reign in NXT was 6 months, no matter who you were, minimum.
well, you can only let them go so in any company. Too long is
It gets
that's why
stale.
MJF is likely. Well, yeah, that's why MJF is likely losing his come full year, right? It's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you put him aside for a little bit, and you go somewhere else for a little while, right? It keeps it fresh. But
Like I
So
mentioned as
I
well, I find the chase is always better than when they win the title. But there wasn't even a chase with Jay and Cody. That's the thing. There wasn't a
no,
chase. There
so
was literally, hey, yo, thanks for sticking up for me, man. Don't watch that. Next week you got a tag team title match. Bet. What?
yeah,
so
they got an open challenge Friday.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's a bad thing. I know I'm gonna sound real hypocritical, but I don't care. Um
man.
I hate when
Fuck
Tony
that.
Khan takes a belt off of a well established team for a story like he always seems to do. But this works really
We
well here.
100%. The thing is, it's layered, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? There's more pros than there are cons. Put it that way. It's just the cons would be more personal cons. So that it's a big con to me, but I get the overall picture. Do you know what I'm saying? But then that's the thing, innit? Because if there's one fan that feels like, if I can feel how I do, there's other fans that feel exactly the same.
Absolutely.
You know. But Cody, Jay, what do you think the end goal is for them? I feel. Wait, before I even let you answer that. Survivor Series, they're bringing them at War Games.
They are, yep.
I think
Yeah, I saw that.
Jay, Cody, Kevin, Sammy versus Roman, Solo, Jimmy, Braun Breaker.
It would be nice if that little Braun Breaker bit, paid off in a way.
Well, Braun's definitely coming up. Right? You don't
Yeah.
pair him with Heyman
Exactly.
and give him that type of an entrance that Heyman gave him without having long-term plans for him. Now, whether it's Survivor Series, that's what next month, right?
Yeah.
November. Yeah. So instead of waiting to the Rumble, you bring him up there, right? That's a big showcase for him,
A
right?
Solo and Breaker on the same team
And
is
it's a good
nasty business.
and
Nasty.
it's a good
Nasty.
style of match for Braun too, because there's a lot of other people involved, and it's a gimmicky match. I mean, it involves Cage, right? So he will probably look like $1,000,000 if they do that.
And I was saying to Davey the other day in our stream, guys, I was saying Braun is small in comparison to a lot of the main roster wrestlers, but I don't know if it's just because Undertaker's old now, so he's shrunk. Braun did not look small standing next to Taker at all.
No, there wasn't the height discrepancy that I would have thought that there would have been.
I know Taker was never like 6'11" or whatever. I think he was like 6'9" or 6'10" legit. So obviously now he's older. He's probably gonna shrink with back and hip muscles issues. But even still, Braun's 5'10", 5'11". If he can, he. I thought he would look out of place, but he doesn't. Put it that way. In terms of like around the big stars.
Braun is 25 years old and he's listed at 6 feet,
Ah.
Okay.
229. So I mean that's a good size. You
He
you
has
you don't
small
have
man
to be.
energy.
Yeah,
He has
yeah.
small
It's like a
man energy, innit?
yeah. But
It's
that height will work. Like you don't have to be a
100,
giant in order to hold a
100%.
belt.
But I
Yeah,
thought he was legit like 5'10".
yeah.
so here's the thing. When you have Steiner energy, you don't need to be like 6'8".
You don't.
Well,
Correct.
Especially if he
no.
starts
Correct.
cutting promos on a Steiner level, which he obviously can. Like,
Like Rhea said, he presents himself as tall.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But if he gets, and like Remy said, if he gets brought up at for War Games and he aligns himself with Roman and that crew, which is most likely because he is a heel, as are
True
they.
enough, Wolf.
So if he stays up, eventually down the line, there's going to be a turn with him and Paul, I think. I think Braun and Paul splinter off from the bloodline, and I think Braun is the one to take those belts off of him. I think Braun's your next guy.
Uh,
Who else on the main roster are they looking to take it right now?
You know what?
I mean, I don't know.
I can get behind it
Not, it's not
because
Jimmy and Jay. We've
Roman
already
has
been
beat
down that road.
everybody else except for Seth Rollins.
Yeah, it's not Seth.
Mhm. It
Uh,
could have been
and
at a
and
time, but his time has passed.
and for as much as I like Seth, it's time to like they've had over 3 years, right? Who is our next guy, right? Your next guy shouldn't be 37, 38, right?
Hey.
Right?
Unless it's LA Knight.
Unless it's LA Knight would have to hop in the DeLorean from Back to the
Yes.
Future to hit that age.
I so LA Knight is the exception,
He's the exception. LA Knight's the exception.
but so
DDP was the exception. Batista was the exception. I mean, it does pay off sometimes.
but
Batista
here's
Yeah.
the
was
thing.
35. Don't forget, when he started blowing up, he was hitting 36, 37 as well.
Hey, but check this out though. LA Knight still has a decent amount of time to have an AJ Styles type career where he just
100%.
wins everything and he doesn't have to wait long to win everything.
Exactly. We can do it within the next 2 years. Literally give him 2 years on top. And even then, it's not like he's gonna fucking age and look 58.
No,
Right.
but
He looks fine. He doesn't look out of place. He doesn't look like an old guy trying to fit in or trying to keep up. Do you know what I mean? Like if age
Nah,
wasn't
he
a
looked.
thing,
Yeah, he looked
you
great.
wouldn't question it at all.
but with LA Knight though, what I would do with him, I would send him after like that belt South has and do it that way.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
gives him a run
Yeah,
at the top,
yeah.
right? The guy can talk. He's decent in the ring. I mean, he's not great. He can carry a match though. And it gives him the belt and front and center. Let him do that. It won't hurt whatever brand he's on doing it. You know.
See
So
me
yeah,
screwing my face off
But
and
for your top
taking that
belt,
loss.
you got to get someone in there that's like, okay, here's our next 10 years. Get used to him.
I see you, Davey. I
Right?
see you. So you give Breaker the Braun, not the Braun, the Brock sort of push when he came in against Roman, and then
Sim-
you take him.
Similar to it, yeah,
Yeah,
similar to it in the sense that he would get attached to Paul, right?
right,
Braun's not a great talker. Paul is, right?
right.
Right. So that fixes that little issue there. The only
And
problem is I was saying this to Remy the other night. Roman's a heel, so in order for that to happen, Braun has to go face. Now, the last time Braun was face, it didn't suit him overly well.
I
His
don't,
It
character.
I
didn't.
I
don't
did have a
believe
counter
so.
argument to this. Yes, sure. Me and you are going to be on the same way. Before you even say your piece, so my counter argument to that was, as it's been shown many a times, being a heel doesn't necessarily mean that you have to now turn face to face another hill. Because if you have two hills that are both good enough, that the fans are both invested in, they decide who the face is within that rivalry. And even right after that rivalry is done, the person who was the de facto face can go back to being a heel because they never officially turned. It's the crowd that
Right.
decides that. It's only in matches where like you have and I use Bronson Reed as an example. Bronson versus say Mustafa Ali when he was a heel before he left. The crowd will be dead silent for that because they're not invested in either of them and they're both baddies. Whereas even if Ali was a goodie that they didn't care about, the fact that they don't care about Bronson and he's a heel, eventually you will feel fans start to cheer for him. But when you have two heels that are very good at what they do, they have fan support as it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So the
Hmm.
match will still be as interesting. The feud could still run the same, and I feel like having a heel go after a heel makes it a bit more interesting because heels have less barriers than faces do in rivalries in terms of what they can do, how they can go about doing what they're doing, the
Ex-
ambushes.
Yeah.
It's it's even in the WWE 2K games, bro. If you're a face,
Yeah.
bro, you get like 6 options in a rivalry that you can do.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a baddie, there's literally about 20.
And
Hey,
You know
and
so
what I mean?
and that's what I said. That's why the heel character works for Braun, right? He's very explosive, right? Got a good
And
spear
intense.
and intense. He's not exactly polished in the ring, right? But the heel character covers that,
He has
right?
a
Because
beautiful
you can
frantic
do those
style.
other things to, get through your match, right?
so
But
let
a
me
Braun, but a Braun Roman match, I would be excited to see that one. That one excites me. That I
so
would
let,
tune in for that.
let's be realistic about the people who are involved in what we've seen before. Even if it's a heel versus heel match, which I think they should stick with, you know, if the fans get behind anybody, it's going to be Roman. Like,
Well, no, I disagree now because
I don't.
I mean, like in general, like in out of kayfabe, of course. But I think the fans are with Roman. No, they're invested in the bloodline story enough that they know that they're meant to boo Roman. Roman doesn't get cheered unless he gets a fucking ovation, but
So
it's they know he's a baddie and they treat him as such. The crowd, that is. He's not a
I've
cool baddie. The crowd
I've
are like, yeah,
seen
no,
it
we don't fuck with you. Fuck you, Roman chants. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen it go both ways. To be honest with you, it depends on what phase of the bloodline they're in. Because to be Roman had grown man out here walking around talking about acknowledge me and I acknowledge him. So you can't sit here and be like,
No. That's why I said out of kayfabe, 100%. That's why I said within kayfabe, it's like they actively suspend their belief when it comes to Roman walking out, to him talking in the ring, to him in the middle of a match when he's speaking rubbish and like whilst he's fighting, the crowd boo. They don't cheer him.
I guarantee you, whoever has Heyman, and if we're going with Breaker having Heyman, is going to be the heel.
Well, that's the wild card right there. Because when that man is on top of his game and he steps in that ring with a microphone, he can flip that crowd any way he wants.
Absolutely.
I've seen him do it many
No, a million
times
percent,
over the
a million
years,
percent.
many times.
He's a
Right?
puppet. He's a puppeteer.
So if Paul wants Braun to get cheered, by the time he leaves that ring, Braun will be cheered. If he doesn't, he won't. Right?
Or just
Paul will
fucking
control that.
just get to Muscle Champa to cut a promo for him. He'll fucking get the crowd to listen. Go, blimey. Sorry, I know it's a bit sidetracked, but that contract signing, the crowd did not care until Tommaso Ciampa showed them who NXT Ciampa is with one short promo, and they all fucking swooped in and started cheering. Like, what?
Well,
Promos.
Champa is an absolute pro in every aspect of what it is to be a professional wrestler.
Million, and he's
Period.
not one that's
Absolutely.
not necessarily young. Do you know what I
W-
mean?
We might
No,
not have the
he's
same political views, but he is an amazing wrestler.
So you see what you just said there, yeah, Shug? Maybe it's because I'm from overseas here. I don't know nothing about Champa outside of the ring. As in, like,
Oh,
there's
I'm not
if
from
anything,
overseas, and I don't know shit about him outside of the ring either.
like I don't have not one inkling of what Champa's like. I don't see him interviews. I don't see him do like out of kayfabe videos. I don't see nothing he does.
he did this one video, and he had a Blue Lives Matter thing in the background. That's been what's really been killing these professional wrestlers for me
Shit.
these last few
Okay.
years.
What about LeBron's tweet today? Last night, sorry.
Oh, regarding
Regarding Israel and Palestine. I'm not trying to get our fucking podcast shut down, but LeBron's made a
oh,
lot of people unhappy with his tweet yesterday.
let me go check it out because
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
woke
go
up this
peep that.
I woke up this morning and I
it,
saw one
it,
tweet and it said, "Why the fuck does this guy have to play for my team?" And,
Uh,
and then I saw the tweet and I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll put two and two together instantly." Free
and
Palestine.
Champa is back with his old buddy
Yeah,
Johnny.
but
Where have you been, Gargano?
the crowd are more invested in Champa than they are Johnny Gargano. Like they do not care for Johnny
Well,
Gargano.
they brought
I
him
don't.
back and did well. They brought him back and they showed the crowd that we don't value you right now. So why would the crowd?
Exactly. No,
If
100%.
that's what you project to your audience, then that's what
yeah.
the audience will project back to you. Simple, right?
I can't get
100%.
into Johnny wrestling. I just really can't. I tried. I really do. I respect his ability in the ring, but it just
You're like me,
shrug.
maybe. I like Johnny Gargano, but I've never cared for his character. I love his
Yeah, it's
matches.
like
I love his matches. I just do not care for his character. Don't get me wrong. He definitely makes me laugh sometimes, especially when they were doing that
yeah,
stupidness in NXT with the way. But Johnny Gargano, the way they presented him, yeah, even when I watch him in the Indies, like it doesn't. He's an amazing wrestler. That's a fact. Like
oh yeah.
that's
That
can't be
nobody's
argued.
speaking up against that at all. But I don't know. It's just like yawn. You know what I mean? Like, all right, who's next?
not yawn.
I would
Hey, look.
like I would say Johnny's ceiling on the main roster is right where he is now, which is
Champa's
a
friend.
tag team with Champa.
And
Champa's
this is
friend.
Ciampa's
why
friend.
I
If
say
if they put him single, he's not going to do anything. He's not going to contend
100%.
for a world title. He's not going to contend for Roman's belts. He's not like
Hell no.
tag teams. Yeah,
and
he will.
this is why I say we need to bring like a light heavyweight belt back to WWE because Akira
Hmm.
Tozawa, Johnny Gargano, all these smaller guys need something to do. I don't know, like, and let me say this now: I don't know why in a faction full of people with two extra members, you need to call a Carlito, but split them guys up and put them in the lightweight division. Because how is half
Fine,
of your faction garbage?
it's fine doing that, but the more belts you have, then you got to start getting more matches on your program to support them. And up
Hmm.
until, well, I think Monday they probably had more match times. but most weeks they don't. They just don't get people in the ring enough to support that right now.
We
Hopefully
can
that
do
changes.
we can do with one less Judgment Day segment. We can do with one less Cody Rhodes promo.
Well, Cody
If
Rhodes is a fucking draw if them
yeah,
views have shown anything from the other night.
yeah,
So I
they're,
agree with you. I'm tired of the Cody promos, especially when the nigga comes out on the ramp, says, "Yeah, so I'm a bit pissed off. I'm gonna have a match next week," and then goes back in. Like, what? You really
Right.
just like I hear it, but also, bro, every time that man's on the screen, people fucking change the channel to watch him, and it's been
You're right.
proven. Same with Judgment Day. Judgment Day, the reason why they fucking main evented 18 out of 20 weeks is because they get the highest ratings, bro. Which is
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw the
like
NXT. They was the, they were the
like
peak.
yeah, they
like
always
I
are. Even Dominic
and
gets high ratings when he goes
yeah.
NXT.
And I've seen people who are diehard WWE, diehard, will go on and ask, should I watch should I watch Raw tonight or is Cody not on?
Yeah, 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 literally.
See it all the time, right? Is Roman on Friday? Nah, I'll skip it.
I got a
Right?
diehard on my Twitter, and I saw this tweet today, and I said, "Oh my gosh!" He said, "Finally, Roman Reigns is coming on Friday. I've been waiting 2 months for this."
Yeah.
He was being dead serious. It wasn't a joke or like
Oh, I
a
know he was.
bit.
I seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
seen
was
it.
dead serious, and it's like,
Yeah.
you,
It's really been 2 months.
it's been
So
yeah,
you're,
but even that, not even like
but
I can't believe
but
I have
with
to wait
that,
2 months. It's yeah, I'm
what,
perfectly fine.
yeah, like what they're doing is it's like everything else that is on that show, minus that one person that I want to see, is not worth my time tuning in for. Like, why
Correct.
would you do that? Why?
Two
Like,
hundred thousand
I've
of those
never,
NXT viewers from Tuesday had never watched NXT before that day. I can
yeah,
promise you that.
like people ask me fairly frequently, what's your favorite wrestler? It's like I don't have one. I legitimately don't.
I do.
Like I watch one, I watch too many different promotions to zero in on one person.
Sure.
But if I watch SmackDown on Friday and Pete Dunne is not on it, that's fine, right? There are other people on it that I can watch and enjoy. If I watch Collision on Saturday and Moxley's not on it, that's fine. There's other people on the roster that I enjoy. That's why I don't, right?
Anytime I watch AEW and Moxley's not on it, I am not a happy bunny personally, bro. I live for John Moxley in AEW. I live for John Moxley in New Japan. I live for John Moxley in GCW. Like, I'm pro Moxley off the WWE. Like,
Hey, listen,
1,000,000%.
Franklin, Roberto, Lashley,
Lashley
any
hits.
place, anywhere, I'm watching.
No, yeah, yeah, 1,000,000%. I back that 1,000,000%. I've been a Bobby fan, bro. I've been a Bobbat fan
Oh
from
yeah,
day
I'm
one.
definitely watching. I'm definitely watching Bobby.
I saw
Man,
Bobbat
I
some
miss
years
Leo
ago.
with Bobby though, man.
Leo Rush's voice is fucking irritating. I couldn't.
I
He can
love
be
Leo Rush.
He sounds
That
like
was the
yeah,
he's
he can be
point.
irritating,
annoying
but
though.
your voice ain't irritating. The difference is Leo Rush is a fully grown nigga, bro. Yeah, and he just sounds like he's always whining at you, bro. And the worst thing is, he does whine like it's so his voice matches who he appears to be. Like hearing that through a match was the most off-putting thing. Oh my god. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, show them your ass, Bob. Shut the fuck up, Lee, bro. Do a
Um,
flip. Do a flip. Come on,
and
quickly.
speaking of
Do a flip.
Moxley, he was supposed to have a match Tuesday, rematch with Fenix. The reason Fenix dropped that belt is he's having visa issues and will be off AEW TV for the next little bit. So whoever Fenix was facing was winning that title. So that's why
Phoenix.
they went back to Orange.
Phoenix has been
That's the
having visa
Damn.
issues since
yeah
Forbidden Door and
yeah.
prior to
All
that as
right.
well. Like, what is going on? I don't know. How does it work in America, guys, with the whole visa thing? Because I know it's only in AEW it happens a lot that like they have visa issues.
Yeah, and that this one I can't answer because, well, I'm not an American.
Shook, KB, anyone? Any insight?
Nah, fam.
I
Uh,
got Nathan on that, my friend. I got absolutely nothing.
Shook
Yeah.
is just
yeah,
But
man.
but that but that was the reasoning behind the change Tuesday. It's like we can't have it on someone that can't be where we're going,
Well,
right?
if Moxley
Well, I
was
mean,
well, they would have put it on him anyway. Like Phoenix was never gonna have a lengthy run with that title because he wasn't
Well,
meant to be the champion.
he wasn't supposed to win it in the first
Yeah, it
place.
was an accident.
They called
Right.
an audible. Yeah, they called an audible in that match. So
Guys, I'm gonna go and put more vodka in. So every time, I don't know if you noticed, every time I've been sipping this, I've been putting a face after. It's because it's not just Coke. There's definitely vodka, and I'm gonna go and put more in this bad boy because today, sorry guys, is my grandma's birthday, but she passed away in 2019 on Easter. So for me,
Oh,
yeah, because it's midnight now, isn't it, over here? So for me, I'm about to get wave, niggas, and Davy.
cheers, motherfucker.
hey, Davey.
I knew that. Have you not noticed, yeah? Davy never used to laugh until Remy came. Yeah? I got Davy corpsing every fucking 20
Re-
minutes, bruv.
Remy was the cure for my Shawn Michael itis. I lost my smile,
I'm clipping
and
that.
when
That's a big compliment there. I'm clipping that one.
Oh,
No,
Shawn Michael itis.
don't R it.
I don't know if that's a
Dude,
word, but it is now.
I tell you what, it's not gonna be a word right now. Shook,
sustain.
I will break your thing. I will peek down your ass, my bro.
oh.
Yeah, you know what? I will let that run in a second when I go get more vodka. Fuck it.
Oh, you gonna let it run?
I'll be back.
Uh,
All right. So what else do we have on the go
he is
here?
cold.
Adam Copeland had his first match on AEW against
Oh my god,
Luchasaurus.
save that convo for when I come back. I beg you.
All right. We will shift.
Thank
We
I
you.
will
mean,
we will shift over to something else. Lots to
bro
talk
just
about. Lots to talk about.
bro just got us staring at his
Who
ceiling.
was prepared for that? Yeah.
Seth Rollins
Hey,
retained in a match at Fastlane against Shinsuke Nakamura. Very hard fought bout that was. They beat themselves pillar to post.
Hey, you see that mattress spot?
Yeah. Well, it's
terrible.
well that was mentioned, and uh, Sean Ross Sapp responded to it, and he's right. They hid that from 85% of the crowd. Those spots are like AEW does them, WWE does them. You try to hide them as best you can. You're not going to hide it from everybody. You know, the workers' safety is first and foremost. So I don't have a problem with that. You know, you don't see it in
Oh,
other places, like you don't see it in New Japan and that. Different environment altogether, though. But I didn't have a problem with Seth landing on a crash pad. It is what it is.
hey, I didn't either.
What I did have a problem with was Monday, right? And I'm not shitting on Raw. Raw was a very good show Monday. I enjoyed it. But for the beating that Seth took, and Bully Ray noticed this too. He mentioned it when he walked out to that ring. He did not sell it at all. The beating that he went through. You got
Mm-mm.
to do that. You got to do that, right? You got to tell the story going forward, right?
Sure.
Minor complaint, but
No,
I
that's a
mean, he
but
valid
literally came
point.
out of the platform like he didn't sell it at all.
no, well, like I would not have known he was in that type of match 2 days prior.
He was
Looking at him,
dancing.
yeah. Well, that's part of his character, right? But they should have, you know, they should have caught that. It's like, listen, you might want to sell it a little bit. What you just went through there with old Shinsuke,
Just a bit.
but
Just
a little bit, just a little bit. You don't have to walk out in crutches in a wheelchair like Roddy, but you know, limp a little or something, or throw some tape on yourself, something.
yeah, let them know the
Uh,
wrestling is still real to you. Damn it.
yeah, yeah, because
Right.
vis, promos, segments, visual. matches. You got to tie it all in, right? That's the package, right? Um, Seth looks like he's off to, I believe, the sands of time, as Alex would say, to face Drew McIntyre
D
for
Mac.
the we won't let anybody beat Roman, so we made this belt,
The consolation prize belt.
the consolation prize belt.
That consolation prize
Uh,
is
Honestly, I
actually
don't
a
care about
dream.
that match. I'm bored already.
and Shinsuke draws back in with Ricochet. It looks like
I do
so they're
not
gonna.
care for that
Now that I'm
match.
ready for. I'm
What the
ready for that.
fuck, KB?
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Look, that
KB, we
I'm
saw
just not
Shinsuke
interested. I don't.
we saw
I'm not.
Shinsuke and Ricochet fight 18 times this year.
Yeah,
And
that
I want
doesn't
to
have a
see
lot
it
of
18.
interest for me. Drew and
I'm
Seth
here for
interest
anything
me
British.
though.
I'm
Does
I'm I'm interested in Drew and Seth because Drew, one, when
Drew's
Drew came in
character,
initially, yeah,
yeah,
exactly. When Drew came in
yeah,
initially, he was a heel, but obviously he was Dolph Ziggler's fucking heavy. So even when he was
yeah.
having matches with Seth and whatnot, it weren't like he was being able to wrestle as he does now. Drew now versus Seth is going to be a mauling. And I don't care what no one says. Seth is fun to watch in the ring. It don't matter who he's facing. You know what I mean? So Drew versus Seth, I'm ready for that match. Especially because
Yeah.
I feel that Drew's going to win.
I
no,
think.
no.
Well, Plan, you did a show on this show contracts that are coming up in the next little while. Drew was on that show, so
And what do you do when you want
this
someone to stay? What has all fucking companies done when they want one of the wrestlers to stay? They put the belt on them.
here's a
Slap a belt on.
nice shiny here's a nice shiny belt. There
Exactly.
you go.
Just
Mm-hmm.
like
Right.
Chris Benoit in
And you know, Drew been
WWE
salivating to win in front of a
in
crowd.
front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it wouldn't make
So
no sense at all for him to do this whole character shift to go straight after Rollins to not win the title.
yeah,
Especially when
because
Rollins was out cutting promos saying shit like, "Hey guys, I need a break."
yeah, because all that would do is right if they don't do the switch now, you're doing this great work with Drew because his character is working. He's not full on heel, right? Because he takes no shit from anybody right
Yeah.
now, which is good. They should keep that, right? But to do that and go right for the belt and then not win it, where does he go from there? It's only
Exactly.
one direction, which is back down, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so it's booking backwards, doing it that way, right?
Exactly. He's winning that title, bro. I put money on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
And we
I need to check.
and we already know he can carry a belt. He's done it
Exactly.
in
Oh yeah.
more than one. Yeah, like he's done it in more than one promotion.
oh,
Yeah,
I want him to win. I just don't see him winning.
Oh, fair enough.
Same.
But you wrong.
but on the other side of this coin too, if Drew wins and then he goes off and he starts his reign, this might give Seth time to get a little rest, which he probably needs. Right?
Yeah.
He's
Oh, he
had,
needs it
Mhm.
because his back
you
is
know,
broken.
as far as matches in WWE this year, he is around the top of that list. Right? He's going a lot. Right? So back off on Seth a little bit, give him a little rest, and it might maybe a little character reset too.
You're right.
He could definitely do one of those.
Seth has been
Yeah.
on every pay per view this year.
Yeah, yeah, like he's a busy guy.
And
Like
he's delivered
he's
on every pay per view as well. Let's just,
yeah,
put
What
that out
happened?
there. I said he's delivered on every pay per view as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
but
that
he
man is tired.
yeah. And he also has no problem reinventing himself. Right?
Oh yeah, he's a modern day Chris Jericho.
Yeah, like he's
Yeah.
had multiple gimmicks over the years. They've all hit. Like I can't think of one that didn't. Right? So when he comes back again, it's like okay, let's see what you got now. Because if they stay with this same one here, whatever this one is, it'll just be it'll just be the same old, right? It's like, okay, we've seen this for the last however long he's been doing it, right?
Right.
So
It's
if
been a
Drew
minute.
gets that belt, yeah, it could be a win-win for both of them going forward, right?
I can see that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do you know what's
Bring
weird?
back up.
The crowd never. They sing the woe part over the part where there's no woes, and that always irritates me. Like small stuff like that get to me. Like I'll be in the
It
crowd
didn't
like,
sink.
yo, shut up! They're not. He's not doing it now. Like,
It's not time yet.
yeah, you're doing it. There's no vocals here. Like them things get to me, man.
That's definitely a music person thing.
Oh, bro, I swear to God, it drives me crazy
Mm-hmm.
every time. I just have to zone it out. I only like the acapellas because they can't do it wrong that way.
Like, don't miss when the beat drop around me because I'm a side eye you for the
Oh,
rest of the
bro,
evening.
you're gonna have to check in every time you want to hear a song. You're gonna have to check in with me every time ever you want to hear a song. If I see
So
you
you want
catch a beat off. God.
And staying with the WWE's, we got a title match on Monday.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say Titans.
No,
I, I was gonna say
Not
Davey,
Suge
quite.
will
whatever
Not
news.
quite.
I was gonna say Davey,
Suge will
whatever
like this one.
news. I was gonna say Davey, whatever news you're about to say, you stop that right now. I thought you were gonna say Titan, and I was gonna say no, you stop
No,
that.
no, no, no.
We're not gonna give that. We're not putting that in the ether at all.
You are forbidden from speaking.
Yeah. I said,
Uh,
God.
what
no,
happened to
this
your
is
light?
Yeah, the ring light
gut.
just cut out on me. It was rude.
Oh,
We got Gunther
And
and
it,
Bronson Reed
oh
Monday
boy.
night on
yes,
Raw.
sir.
Oh,
Now
Okay.
that's
this
gonna
is a
be.
title match that
I'm
they're
ready for
having.
that.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Davey. You missed an important part of that. It is a meat slapper.
Well, that's why I brought this one up because I knew you'd like it. I think this one
Slapping
here
meat.
is I think this is a means to an end match that will probably get it to the Sands of Time pay-per-view. I don't think Bronson beats him. I don't think he takes the title because he's just not built
Hell
up enough.
no.
But
Mm-mm.
this is going to be
Imagine
this match for
Bronson.
Bronson. He could do for Bronson what Dragunov is doing for people down in NXT. He
Yeah,
could put Bronson on the map. It's like here he is,
Mm-hmm.
right?
he's
That's what
ready.
Gunther does. That's what he's capable of doing, right?
Bronson low key been killing it too since he been back, and I can't say that for a lot of the people that Triple H has brought back.
Yeah,
Leave
but
Hit
nobody
Row
nobody
alone.
cares though. It's the thing.
I care.
Yeah,
They
but you look
care
at
a
the
little
crowd
bit. I
reaction.
hear a little pop, not when he come out, but when he hit his finisher, they care. They
No.
starting to,
They fuck with the
Mm,
tsunami. The
slow motion better than
tsunami.
no motion.
mm. But
Facts.
when they see him in the ring with Gunther, right? If they're smart and they seem to be anything Gunther involved, they seem to be. Let
Yeah.
them go. Let Gunther be Walter in the ring,
What you pizza?
and let Bronson Reed be Jonah, and have at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let them go. If they do that, Bronson Reed is going to walk out of that match looked at very differently than when he walked into it.
And I'm
He
here
won't
for it.
win.
I'm here for
Yeah, yeah. Like I said,
I'm
he,
trying
he
to
won't
see.
he won't be taking the belt, but his credibility will shoot way up with that
I'm
fan
trying to
base.
see
Oh yeah.
Bronson Reed versus Rikishi with Tugboat as the referee. That's what I want to see. You talking about meat slappers?
Sign
That is
me
the
up.
meatiest slap ever. What
No,
are you talking
listen.
about?
Sign me up for that.
Give me Reed versus Vader.
God damn.
Va-
Oh shit.
Vader was an absolute beast
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
WCW and New Japan. He was. I would not have. That's a man I would not want to. It's like who you
Vader was a
wrestling tonight?
beast.
Vader.
Vader was a beast his first like 3 weeks in the WWE as well. To be fair,
His first 3 weeks.
yeah, 100%
Yeah,
To
his
yeah,
be
first
fair.
3 weeks until he gave
yeah.
niggas
And
like
then
six
he.
concussions in one match, and they was like, "You need to slow your fucking roll, lad." That's what they said to him.
Wait, how many
Yeah, it's like
concussions?
we don't
You see
wrestle
his
like
Vader
that here.
gloves in the corner. He was real life hitting niggas. Like he came over to WWF in the 1995 sixes and was shoot strong styling niggas who didn't even know what strong style was, bro. Like, he's giving man suplexes and dropping them
Yeah.
on their head. They think they're gonna die, and then they're like, oh wow, that didn't hurt at all. What is this stuff? Because don't forget, in the 90s, the Fed guys didn't know there were other promotions, bro.
Right.
They didn't know what strong style was.
No.
Oh my god. Vader was coming and giving man clubs in there.
Yeah.
They were like, yo, my man's trying to kill me. I don't want to work with him. That's what they were saying. They were saying, I do not want to work with him. He's trying to kill me. That's why his moves ended up just being the corner clubs, the Vader bomb, and his splash. That's why he looked so basic.
Damn.
Well, Remy's right though, right? Like
Well-
if you've only wrestled in that system and you got someone like Vader coming over from New Japan or anywhere, it's a big culture shock.
Davey,
You know.
imagine, Val Venus, 1998 Val Venus, towel, long hair, fucking ripped eight-pack, comes out in the middle of the ring, Oh, hello, ladies, open challenge. And fucking Minoru Suzuki comes out. He would shit himself. He would shit.
Absolutely.
Imagine Minoru Suzuki.
You would see it on the back of the towel.
Minoru Suzuki saying, come, let's do the elbows. And Val Venus is throwing worked punches. Nah. That first elbow shot that Minoru get, it would be horrible, bro.
Nah, he's going down. Val Venus is going down.
All of them. Thrasher. Headbanger Thrasher.
Going down.
God, blimey. Fucking hell, sorry, we sidetracked there.
All right.
Yeah, what was we even talking?
We were talking about the Gunther Brunson Reed match. But
oh yeah, then we got sidetracked on the feet slappers. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. We got to get back to what Rim asked us to hold off for. Adam
Edge.
Copeland.
Edge. I mean, record scratch. Adam Copeland. Yes, that's correct.
You think you're gonna be one name since I'm the age of 4, and then all of a sudden change it, and I'm just gonna be like, alright, cool, fuck you, bro.
Wait, so
and when they was announcing it, I was like, who is Copeland?
So if you're a real Edge fan, you would have been known his full name because you would have read the book. Adam Copeland on Edge.
I'm gonna tell you 2 things right now. There are only 2 wrestlers' books I've read. One of them I don't remember, and the other were John Moxley's. Okay?
Oh, I read that shit too.
Alright then, cool.
I gotta get Moxley's, but I've read Batista's, Edge's, Kurt Angle.
Oh, I read China. That was a Rock. Yeah, I read that one.
I even China's fucking book. That isn't a book. That's a diary, and it's a fucking 12 reasons why. And I do not want to be a part. No, that's stressful, bro. Just gonna be crying.
Hey, look, I had to do it.
That'll put me in a dark place.
I also read William Regal.
I didn't even know he had a book. I ain't gonna care.
Reading anything from William Regal is literally so over here, obviously, as you know, you got the upper class and all that, right? So William Regal is what you'd call the upper class Englishman, right? But he's not the snobby one. He's the one where I could be going to the bus stop and I get on a bus and it's 2 a.m. and there's only one man that's on the bus and it's William Regal. And that nigga will sit next to me and talk to me the whole journey. Like, you know that you don't even know the guy and he will sit. There are so many people like him over here. And then they'll go out there and have a random drunken fist fight and win. And you're like, who is this man?
Who is this legend?
Bro, there are so many. There are men over here.
Right,
them,
for real.
And you'll look at them and think, oh, look at this Monopoly looking nigga, bro. And them man there have either killed, maimed, or just done the most unthinkable. You can't judge nobody over here, bro. It's mad. Over here, man, them dress down so they look less like a threat. Think about that. Like, niggas will dress up to look just like a geek so people don't suspect that they are on shit because they are. What? So you're gonna go see one dweeb and you're gonna be like, shut the fuck up, dweeb. And that dweeb's gonna pull out a 27-inch Rambo and you're gonna be like, What is happening right now?
What?
Yeah. Hey, sure, I've shown you the sword.
Things just took a turn.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you did.
Yeah. Adam Copeland, what do we think of his match? First match in.
He didn't show
How
nothing.
do we feel he looked?
He didn't show nothing. He took offense for 70% of the match, hit a DDT, hit a clothesline, hit a spear, hit an edge-o-matic, and that was it. What new moves did he show there, bro? Oh,
I mean,
That stair
I didn't
spot was
see
pretty
any.
cold. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I
His
I
old ass,
thought he looked.
he did all right.
yeah, that
I
jumping
thought
from
he
the
looked a
table.
little more energized in the ring.
he did.
Could be just his
Agreed.
first night in. He's pretty hyped up, right? I
He
would
hyped
imagine
for a
so.
while, isn't it? He's gonna be hyped. He's gonna
Now
be
the
hyped
ending of the match,
with
which
D-Rod.
will tie into
That was
another
chaos.
topic here. Yeah.
Can I just say,
Led.
TK definitely did, yeah. That ending of that show, he watched SmackDown and just copied it.
Ah,
I'm
you
just saying.
right. You right.
Yeah, he
Absolutely.
definitely copied SmackDown.
Well, I mean, but
Yeah, it was like
I'm not
exactly the
saying
same
it's a
shit.
bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying it's something that happened. I'm not. If
to
I'm
be
gonna poke
honest,
fun at
Yeah,
someone, I'm gonna do it
it was similar.
positively.
it it's felt like a lot of the ends of SmackDowns, right before the pay-per-views, like back in the day, where the entire locker room would clear out.
Yeah,
To be
exactly.
honest, it wasn't special, and this is my
Well,
biggest critique of.
there was a few things done in that match. Gates of Agony showed up. Gates of Agony are now booked for Rampage against the Blackpool Combat Club. So
the
they're
black,
getting
no,
Combat Cat,
they're the Blackpool Combat Cats now.
Combat Cat.
yeah,
The Blackpool
but
Combat Cats.
but
That's the name.
that's getting them in there with some heavy hitters. So I like that. Gates of Agony are a good team, right?
Yes, they are.
People should take notice of those two.
Yeah,
They should.
Can I just say
Also
that Tony
during the
Khan needs
match,
to take cues from WWE? I mean, just if you're gonna steal some shit, like just steal the good shit, because I'm
there's,
still waiting for some
well,
lengthy storylines.
there's not a promotion out there that doesn't steal from other promotions. That's been going on
Yeah,
for
that's a
decades.
fact. That's a
yeah.
fact.
Yeah,
Fact.
that's nothing new. But during the match, or right towards the end of it, uh, the belt, Luchasaurus got hit with the belt,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was wicked.
Yeah.
That was
and
wicked.
Adam tossed it back to Christian. Luchasaurus turned around and seen Christian with the belt, so that's sowing some seeds of doubt there,
Mhm.
I mean,
Hey,
which will
hey,
tie
Adam.
into.
I feel like they undone it, Davey, because right at the end, Luchasaurus starts stamping out Edge with Nick Wayne like nothing. He doesn't look at Christian again. He doesn't do it hesitantly. Like it instantly, kind of just nullified it.
So
No,
you have to
it
remember
just it
that.
just planted
It,
the seed of doubt. They don't have to
no,
do
so
everything all at once.
you have to remember that's a dinosaur, and he has a very small brain.
That is
Um,
that is very fair.
Yeah. But think back to Edge's promo with Christian.
yeah.
These people will leave you, right?
Hey,
Mhm.
hey, Adam
So
said.
they just planted that seed of Luchasaurus leaving at some
Adam
point.
said, "I learned that from Eddie."
Yeah. So small thing, but like I said, it plants the things for stuff that could happen most likely down the road, right?
Mhm.
We all seen the Danielson Swerve match. That was excellent. That was
Fantastic.
Swerve is it, right? Like
100.
Yeah.
he is a future world champion. Like how much he has
Without a doubt.
progressed in not only in the ring, everywhere. His promos,
Charisma.
his look, his character, his in-ring work, and he was good to begin with, but he is just taking leaps and bounds. Like, like
Yep. I'm loving
very
every
impressed
second
with.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he didn't win, but that was due to Hangman.
Exactly.
So that's
Well,
going
I
to
mean,
reignite that little feud, which shouldn't be a one-off. There's more to explore there.
Let me
So I'm
say
kind of
this:
glad they did that.
losing to the best wrestler in the world
It's not a
is
bad
never
thing.
is not a bad thing.
especially when you came so close as well. Because
Yeah,
good grief, he had him a good few times.
yeah.
When he hit that
You know,
last call, the house call, oh, the
you know,
silent
and
Beautiful.
we've said
psychic.
this before on this program, right? You can be elevated in a match and lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
Hmm.
we saw one Tuesday, right? We saw two of them Tuesday actually. We saw one next door with Dom and Dragunov. Dom got elevated in that match from Dragunov, even though he lost. Right? That was another one that was really
Yeah.
well done.
Mm-hmm.
because most people
Hmm.
thought you couldn't hang at all. So you know,
I was one of those people.
And I showed you
So
early.
So
Get me.
so Saturday we get Christian Cage versus Brian Danielson for that belt. So this could be Danielson's first gold
Yeah, because
in
he's not
AEW.
held gold in AEW.
nope,
But
not
he didn't
yet.
want
I'm here.
he, di- he didn't want the world title. He stated
Yeah,
that. He goes,
stated
that's
that.
not why I'm here.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't
oh,
I don't
so
need that at this stage of my career.
he's pulling a
And he
Cody.
doesn't. Yeah,
No,
and he
bro,
doesn't.
he knows he
No,
doesn't
no,
need one. And
he doesn't need a belt.
he doesn't need it, and the company ain't at a position where they need him to levitate it.
Yeah, like you look at the people he's bumping up the card just in the last
Mhm.
couple of months
Look what he
since
did
he
to
came
Wheeler
back.
Yuta. Look what he did for Wheeler fucking Yuta.
Yeah,
That
and Moxley
was
too. That
quality.
match Moxley had with him on where he bled buckets there. That put him on the
Moxley
map
has
too.
mastered the art of
Blood
saying,
buckets. Which one?
but that's Moxley has mastered the art of not putting anyone over, but at the same time putting them all over. Like
Yeah,
he has the best win loss record in the whole company over the last 4 years. But everyone he's been in the ring with, he hasn't. Even if he's battered them, or it's been a squash match, he hasn't buried them.
no,
And I think
no.
it's so. I don't know how he does it, but it's such a risky line, and he shows
It's
it so
it's
well.
it's a talent that very few wrestlers possess, especially to that degree, to be able to
Yeah.
do that. Like Moxley is one, Danielson's one,
Mm-hmm.
Dragunov is one,
Mhm.
Gunther is one, Omega's one. But I mean, these are top tier, like high level guys, right? So if you can get in programs with them, it's going to work out for you coming out of it, regardless of whether or not you win. You're going to be looked at better. Well, look at Starks,
Mm-hmm.
right? Kind of flandering around, and he was doing his thing, he was getting noticed. But since he got in there with Danielson, my God, like he has taken off immensely, right? And putting the belts on him and Bill, that was the right call.
100%.
This is
Thank
Bill's
you.
first championship belt in his
Anywhere,
in his
anywhere.
Ever.
televised wrestling history.
Yeah,
That was I couldn't believe that when I read it, but yeah,
yeah.
that's
And
great.
that was and FTR pushed for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I read
props
that
to
too.
Oh
them. It's
wow.
like, keep this momentum going. These guys got something. Keep it going. FTR don't. FTR are fine. They don't. They've reached that status themselves, right? They can eat a loss like that and it doesn't really hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And
yeah,
FTR
absolutely.
is a
6-star
monster.
FTR. You already know.
Yep.
Yeah, like they that trilogy they put on with the Briscoes. That was one of the best trilogies I've ever seen. You know,
Oh yeah, big time.
probably the best tag team trilogy I've ever seen. I don't recall another one
Did
better than that.
FTR ever face American Alpha?
Oh, and while we're on tag teams, looks like we're getting a tag team back on Saturday. Grizzled Young Vets. Looks
Oh
like they're
yeah.
going to. Yes, it looks like they're showing up in Remy's neck of the woods at the Royal Quest show at the Copper Box on Saturday. They
Expect
posted a video earlier today, or a photo.
expect GYV to show up on Rampage soon.
Oh, of course, another tag team that Tony Khan is gonna pin to put a ragtag tag team belt on. Another MJF and Adam Cole are gonna take the belts off them while they're in the middle of a great run, because
Yeah, and it will be fucking God.
Well, if they show up at Royal Quest, that's a New
God.
Japan show. That's not an AEW show.
It will be
no, but
Danhausen. No, I said they're gonna come to Rampage, and then
yeah,
Shug said, yeah, they'll put the rocket, they'll strap the rocket to them, they'll win the titles, and then a makeshift tag team will take it off them.
Danhausen and Daddy Ass are gonna take it
Yeah,
off
yeah,
of
there
them.
you go, there you go,
Yeah.
there you go.
Uh,
Fucking
I
Serpentico, and Roosh.
Yep, that's it.
Damn.
That's the
That's
team there. That's the
it.
squad. Serpentico and Roosh. Why? We don't know. We
and,
don't know.
Cause no, why? Cause
and
that's what Tony Khan wills to be so.
I think Tony has made he got WWE 2K and he's downloaded all the custom content, so he just has a full roster of AEW in his universe, and he just shuffles matches and then he just books it in real life. That's what he does.
Yep.
He
Yep.
does it.
100% agree with that.
He puts it on Match
Hey,
Simulator and then he's like, yeah, that looks good.
watch
Let's
it.
run
Eat
with
your
that.
pizza.
now, one thing that's not on WWE 2K, timeless Tony Storm.
Yeah,
The work that
yeah.
what they're doing, and I'm sure she is heavily involved in this as well with that character.
I'm trying to be heavily involved in Tony Storm, if you know what I'm saying.
Did did
I
did
know
you
what you're
see
saying. I hear you
when
loud
when
and clear,
they
my brother.
when they were doing the commercials and they had the picture in picture, it was Tony Storm in the
Yeah,
picture in picture
part
in a
one, part
black
two.
and white
Simon.
silent little mini movie. And when she was going to go out to the ring, there was a little caption there in that old time like 1920s writing, "Miss Storm, you're wanted on set."
Mm-hmm.
And she
And can I
left.
just say, yeah, I
Like,
rewatched AEW on Pirate, of course, and so because of that, I had the stream in which there was no picture in picture. So I saw all three parts of Tony
Mm-hmm.
Storm's short film in full picture. And also, in one of them, yeah, so I don't know if you saw Don Callis and Takesha was doing the old Sammy gimmick with the cards. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Yep.
not see it in picture in picture? Well,
Yeah, it was picture in picture for me.
no.
okay, so for me, it wasn't, right? So it was literally just Takeshita and Dom standing there with the cards, and then you can hear the commentators talking, and then you hear the great fucking Taz. He goes, "Oh, why don't they just speak?" And then Excalibur goes, "It's picture in picture, Taz. They won't be heard." And then Taz goes, "Ah, I see." And I was like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, he was proper getting onto the segment. He's like, this is a bit awkward. It's real quiet. Why don't they just speak? Why couldn't? No, he goes, it would have been quicker if he had just said this. And then Excalibur has to remind him that it's picture in picture. No, he doesn't even just say it's picture in picture. He's like, Taz, as you know, in some parts it's picture in picture, but not everywhere. Then he goes, you should watch the product sometimes. He goes, you should watch the product sometimes and you'll know. Oh, man.
Damn. Taz hit the spliff a
Sin
little too
Cara,
hard.
Sin
Too
Cara
hard.
is
And
appearing on Rampage this Friday. And not the fake Sin Cara, Mystico. Or Mystico.
yes, Mystico is fighting Rocky Romero.
I do not care for Rocky Romero. I just had to get that out there. I don't know. Someone does somewhere, but it's not me.
I don't dislike Rocky, but I'm not specifically tuning in if for Rocky.
Let
But
me
I will
tell
I
watch
do
you.
not
Rocky.
care for the
That's my
Romeros
takes
or
on Rocky.
Castro.
Let me tell you how Tony Khan has booked Rocky Romero. Every time I see Rocky Romero in AEW / Ring of Honor, I know he's losing. I know he's taking the pin. Just like it's off tops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Rocky don't. that's Rocky got multiple things on the go. Like with New Japan, he don't need to be winning feuds over in AEW. Like, but
True, but does he need to be losing? Is the question.
That's a good question.
hmm, you generally have to do
Well,
one or
we'll
the
see.
other.
But we'll
But you
see.
know who didn't? But you know who didn't lose Tuesday? Hikaru Shida.
I was gonna say WWE.
No, I'm jumping all around so I'm jumping around so we don't get too too long on
Yeah,
one
no,
particular
yeah, you
promotion
have to.
because we got to cover them all, right? But
Precisely.
Shida gets her belt back.
I feel like they done that solely because they realized Paige or Soraya, and this isn't me saying it, it's just what I've observed. She isn't liked by the general wrestling community.
Mm,
Nope.
It,
no,
you
no,
cannot
she's
have
not.
someone championing your brand when they are getting absolutely cooked virally every day on Twitter.
Could it be because of her husband?
I think it's that. I
Correct.
think it's because her prior boyfriend slash husband was Alberto Elbatron, and I think it's because she's so reactionary. I don't know if you remember at one point when the whole sex tapes and everything came out,
Oh,
when people
Rim.
were when people were trying to get onto her, she was cooking them, and she was doing it successfully. But she feels like I feel like she thinks she's still at that point where she's cooking people successfully, but there's so much against you now since then where you're never
Mm.
actively in the right. And this
Rim.
isn't to me, this is to people. Yo,
Do you not know about her husband? Like her.
I've heard like smutterings, like he's got a few let me not even speak matter of factly. I don't know nothing matter of factly, but I know that he's on the Nicki Minaj's husband type of
Yeah.
sus. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think the progression of how this happened. Saraya winning the title in Wembley. There's your pop, right?
Sentimental. I mean, that was for her and her family. That was a
I
And
family
that
moment.
completely agree with that.
and if that was the reason, I'm fine with that. You know, feel good moment. You came back after however long you were gone. You know, you probably deserve a little something like that. Props to you. She did not deliver in the ring because she can't go like she used to, right? She was never top. She was never
Yeah.
top tier anyway,
No,
right?
but
So she was
what you just
serviceable in
said
the
there,
ring.
Davey, is very, very like. I'm glad you said that because I noticed that as well. She's not bad in the ring, but you can tell that she'd had X amount of years off. She's definitely lost like
Yeah,
I would assume, I don't want to speak for her, that she's probably lost general confidence within the ring because
yeah,
it's even myself like when she done the move where like she catches her in the middle, she catches her in the turnbuckle and then kicks her away so she can do a drop kick. Even that little kick to the back of the neck, I was like, raw, you gotta be careful. Like,
yeah,
so I
yeah. Like her
understand
matches are not. Yeah, like they're not smooth. Like they're. I
because
don't know
she
if
has
clunky
to
is the
be.
right word,
But
but
but she has to be tact. Not she has to be tactful with everything she does. I think that's what it is. She literally has to triple, quadruple guess every move she's about to hit or take. And
Mhm.
also, I don't know if
And
you
her
realize.
opponent too.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you. There was one point. So because Soraya was getting roasted the other day, and someone said, "Oh, at least." They said you can't even take a German suplex without dying. Basically, that German suplex on the apron was done specifically as a look what I can do. But no, 100%. But Shida was so careful in the way she did it.
She
First, she made it.
was. That's
She made it.
exactly why I said it.
She made it a stalling
yeah,
German suplex first. So she wrapped her legs first, and then instead of dropping her back, she basically arched backwards onto the apron. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, if I was Saraya,
yeah.
I would also want to continue wrestling,
And
but
So I,
She's not. She can't wrestle at that caliber.
and
it's like she fell on her back.
no,
hmm
Like
yeah.
she dropped
And the
straight to her back.
She fell on her back and then rolled to
and the
to,
thing
to take a neck
is,
bump.
and things like that will stick out more there than it would other places, right? Because the matches that are generally on TV
Mhm.
are of like right, they're of a certain caliber, right? So when you see one like that, it sticks out more, and it's more noticeable and it's more memorable, but not for the right reasons. Right? It's for the wrong
Mm.
ones.
It was glaring. Like it was glaring. Sheeta
Sheeta,
was scared to touch.
yeah, yeah. Like you're in kid gloves, right?
Yeah,
Touch me but don't type thing.
Yeah.
So you
right.
you you can't have that, right? Like especially for someone carrying the top women's belt, you can't. Um, Sheeta, when she dropped the belt, she also had another championship at the time. She was the Rena de Wave champion. Now that's based in Japan. She dropped that belt October 1st.
Mm.
So she has no more commitments as far as being that champion going forward. So that could have been the other reason
I
why
hope
they
they give
flipped
her
this
a good
over again
spot.
too. It's like,
And
okay, you're
also,
free and
don't forget,
clear.
she didn't get a proper
Yeah,
run with the
because
title
traveling to
either.
Japan is not like hopping on a plane going from, you know, Georgia to
Hell
Missouri.
no.
It's a little further.
She definitely
So that could have been
deserves
part of it.
a
I don't know
proper
that. That's
in
just speculation on my
AEW.
part.
Say that again,
Yeah,
KB.
yeah.
I said she
So
definitely
hopefully she
deserves
gets it this
proper.
time. Give her a good little run with it.
Hey, one
Yeah,
second,
for
KB.
sure, man.
Um, I mentioned Sin Cara
We're just
earlier.
we're flying right along, covering all the title defenses and stuff.
One second, guys. My thing's moving slow. Alright, cool. Yeah,
But
can you
we
hear me?
haven't talked about Tuesday. We haven't talked about Tuesday.
What? What about Tuesday though, Shug?
The pettiness of all Tuesday. We
And we have another little interesting match coming up on Monday. Rhea Ripley is getting in the ring to have a match with
but
Shayna
we talking
Baszler.
about but we talking about Tuesday.
Yeah, Shug wants to talk about Tuesday first, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, we,
Tues
we-
Tuesday it is.
yeah. So it was hilarious how the whole thing unfolded. They announced that Dynamite is moving to Tuesday, and then all of a sudden, John Cena it has Carmelo Hayes' phone number, and
Man,
somehow Braun Breaker gets in contact with Paul Heyman, and Cody wants to come down, and LA Knight wants to stop by again, and
I
then
mean, the freaking Undertaker showed up. Like they
The
threw everything
Undertaker showed up
Yeah,
on
on
NXT.
they
NXT.
Like what?
they called the Avengers. That's what they did.
Oh my mama, they did.
But this is the thing though.
well,
Everyone's
I mean
like,
they well they loaded up
like,
their show with legends, right?
hmm.
Which is not out of the norm for them, right?
Yes,
WrestleMania
it
This is the
season
is
is
thing
coming
though.
up.
Wait, can I just
On
say, yeah?
NXT though?
on
No,
NXT. Yes, it is.
wait, guys. Everyone's looking at this wrong. Yeah. The difference between NXT, well, WWE and AEW, which is why I always say what Triple H said in that promo will always make sense, is WWE has been around from 95%, maybe 99% of the AEW locker room were all babies, no matter
Yeah,
what age. So they're always going to have, these are our development brand wrestlers, these are our main event development brand wrestlers, these are our mid card who can go into the development brand and main event with the main eventers, and these are our top stars, and above that is our highest echelon. The fact that they even have that in itself speaks volumes. Because even when you watch what AEW did to counteract as a main event, they put Adam Copeland in his first match. Adam Copeland is literally a WWE legend alumni. Do you see what I'm saying?
hmm
So it's not. So yeah, obviously they stack the decks against AEW, but the fact they can do that speaks volumes.
I mean, and for all that, Tony Khan has a murder grandpa,
Yeah,
and
like Tony. I feel like TK. doesn't realize that the smart crowd is not the majority of the IWC.
Mm.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I get that, but I think Tony Khan has found his niche in catering to the smart fan.
No, 1,000,000%. But I mean,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, in moments like when you're now actively going head to head with WWE, nothing you do is going to counteract WWE's general approach to the audience.
Oh yeah.
No,
So
no, you're not.
Facts.
and let's move to the discourse because this is what everybody was saying. In the group chat, we were all expecting NXT to crack 1 million
Mm,
because they call the Avengers.
I
I mean,
didn't
I
expect
was.
them to crack 1 million because their main roster only cracks 1.5 with a shitload of more known and popular wrestlers than NXT.
Yeah, and Raw is an
SmackDown is
institution.
over too, though, ain't it?
Yeah, but SmackDown is on a bigger network, and that's what I'm saying. If
True.
NXT itself, and don't forget, like as we watch here, if there's 15,000 people in a Raw arena, and NXT um, head NXT heavyweight champion debuts on that show, 12% of that arena knows that person. Now think
So
of
basically,
WWE's entire audience. That's 4% that is
so
gonna know about
hold on.
NXT.
Let's go back to a recent example. So you think if Ilya Dragunov got called up this Monday as champion,
He
he
would not
would
get a
get
big pop.
the carrying cross?
Oh, 100%, a million
Oh,
percent.
So,
You,
yeah, the main roster happens all the time,
a
all the
million
damn.
percent.
That's very true though. It does happen. Like they go completely
time.
flat
They brought up
when they
fucking
get called
Charlotte
up.
Flair the first time when she went up against Natalia, I believe it was, and the crowd didn't know who she was. They just clocked that she was a Flair, and this is why she was the NXT Women's Champion. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's a fact that the main roster crowd do not watch NXT. That 960,000, 260,000, or 160,000 were main roster audience. NXT averages 700 to 800,000 a week.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, no, I wasn't
That's a
saying it in a
good amount
negative
of
way.
eyeballs on that product.
Especially when you think back to NXT 2.0 getting 400 a week.
It deserved that. It did.
They definitely deserve that.
No, but the
Yeah.
point I'm
But
making is
speaking of
the
fucking
Avengers did it.
flatlining, I'm shaking in my fucking boots for Trick and Mello. Like I don't want them to go to the main roster and just be fucking
If Trick
tossed
goes to the
aside
main
because the
roster,
crowd don't get with it.
if Trick goes to the main roster, he's perfectly fine. If Melo goes to the main roster, I personally feel like the crowd kind of know who he is already. But I say for Melo to go to the main roster and have an instant impact, he'd have to come in at the Royal Rumble, have a decent showing. He doesn't even have to have like a major show. He doesn't even have to eliminate no one. Last 13 minutes or something. Be Carmelo Hayes. Do you know what I'm saying? And then debut him. And from there, when people
They
see
do
him
him.
in ring, debut him. I said. And
Oh,
when people
I was
do you
like,
know what,
wait,
do you know what
wait.
kills me about Shaw? He says everything in such a monotone manner. Like he was like, then do him, and I was like, no, and he was like, oh, like, fair enough. But
That's it.
stopped me in my tracks. But yeah, Trick, he's gonna fucking debut. Yeah, his music's gonna hit. The crowd are gonna see his presentation and they're gonna know instantly that he's money. Now when the match starts, is he gonna hold the crowd? Different story.
You cold
Different
for that one.
story.
You you're wrong for that one.
I love Trick. I fucking love Trick, but that nigga needs work in
I'm
his
a,
head.
oh yeah, he definitely does. He
I
definitely
agree,
does. It's bad. It's bad.
but he
But they're
has so he's so much
but to get
further ahead than everybody else as far as character wise.
A
He
million
has his
percent.
own
Oh yeah.
shtick.
Because I
Whoop
think
that
he
trick.
is just him. I think that's
Whoop that trick.
bro. You think it was
I
Whoop
coming?
love it.
that
Wait,
trick.
wait, guys.
I
Can I just
need
say
it.
yeah? Can I just say yeah? He was coming out to grime. I don't know if you know what grime is over here, but grime is a London-born thing. It's a music thing, yeah. You know that I'm about it. Do 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 do.
Yeah.
That's a grime beat, bro. Even my man rapping was a grime artist, bro. Like Trick is a G. Like I think his whole character is this is me. The man speaks like he's a 1984 pimp, bro. Literally. Hey, yeah,
I love Trick. Like biggest fan.
you got it. Yeah, and he's not even annoying. That's the worst thing about him. He's not even annoying. He's not. It's like, bro, I don't even care what
Trick,
you're saying. I agree with you.
and Trick on the main roster will stand out more out of the gate than Carmelo because of that.
Yep.
Especially
That
if the
fan
crowd,
base will gravitate
the
towards that
crowd already
first.
chant "whoop that trick" as in the main roster,
Yeah,
and
Oh yeah.
they
Oh
don't
yeah.
even
I
know who
can't
that
wait for it.
refers. They don't even.
yeah.
They're just chanting it because they saw it going viral, but they don't know who the fuck Trick Williams is. He's gonna come out and they're gonna be like, "Wait a minute." There's gonna be like 12
That's the
people in the
guy.
yeah. They're gonna be like 12 people in the crowd saying "whoop that trick," and then the crowd will be like,
Is it time? It's time to say
"Yeah,
it. It's time. All right.
is it him? Is it him?" And then
Is it him?
That's the one. All right. Cool.
over,
Yeah.
over.
Is this where we're supposed to say something? Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
is this the part where we're supposed
Right,
to
and
say
they'll
something?
say something in unison, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
in other words,
But if you want to do a comparison, now he's not at this level in the ring by any means. But
that's what I
No.
said.
No.
whose house?
Trick's
Swerve's
house.
house. Right.
Swerve's
Very,
house.
it's very similar, right? It's in the same area.
Mhm.
Swerve knocks it out of the park with that because he got that whole arena saying it. So they could easily do that
Oh
with
yeah.
Trick. Whoop that Trick, Swerve's house. Same thing.
Mhm.
Different words.
Same thing, different words. Real rap. Let's see what else is in this here list of ours, shall we?
But with the people being brought up, right? It's one thing they got to fix there is that major league, minor league mentality that the fan base has because they view
Mhm.
NXT as minor leagues, and a lot of them look at minor leagues as not worth my time, so they
Well, I
don't tune in.
mean, that's the
That's
thing. That's what
that.
hurts every solitary every time somebody starts to film at a location. That's what hurts everybody because like yeah, some of the stuff works in NXT like in Florida, but that won't necessarily work with every crowd, every live crowd. So you get on the road and it's totally different because every crowd reacts differently. Like
I,
you could be in the middle of you could be in Chicago. They don't act how you want to.
I think, yeah,
If
what will help NXT is when they go back on the road again. Because obviously
that
the general NXT crowd, they're
yeah, that
very
will help.
supportive. They're supportive of the
Mhm.
in-house wrestlers. Do you know what I'm saying? Once NXT go back on the road again, they can start gauging how other fans, as you said, Shook, are connecting with these wrestlers. Because everything now, that's the problem. They have a warped view on their dressing room because they can only go by the NXT viewership, which is a loyal viewership, and the fans that are repeat fans, the audience, sorry, that are repeat audience members. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That would definitely help. Like a ton.
Mm.
because it's easy to just stick to one person. Like
And the blending of the main roster, some of the main roster talent with the NXT talent
I
is a
think so.
smart move
Mhm.
that they
yeah,
should continue,
Yep.
right? So I hope after this TV deal is done that they stay that course and they don't revert back because
Yeah, I'm hoping the same.
this works because you got guys and girls on the main roster. There's no spot for them. They don't really have a story for whatever reason. They're not getting on TV. Move them to NXT, right?
Yeah,
They have years of experience in the business.
exactly.
Pair them up with someone who doesn't, right? That's how you learn. That's how people get better, right? And it will draw some eyes, but you have to refer to NXT in a positive light to get those people over, right? It's not an overnight process,
Mhm.
but But if they do that, I think that would work, right?
I
But
mean,
then
at one
when you do
point,
start bringing people up, you're going to have enough people. It's like, oh yeah, I know him. I know her. Saw him on NXT. He's really good. Or wait, or promo, like he's really good at whatever, right? But it would work. The familiarity would be there. That's what you need to one bridge to the next.
it worked at one point. Like when everybody got stuck in Saudi Arabia on at the airport, NXT showed up and showed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
They
and
did.
if we had never lost that momentum, maybe we'd be in a different place now.
Different
It
conversation.
also and it also wouldn't hurt to go the other way with that too. If you're high on, all good putting them on main event and everything for dark matches and stuff, but got to get them on TV, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you're high on someone on NXT and it's like, okay, we like get them a match on Raw or get them a match on SmackDown, not 2 minutes.
Mhm.
Get them in there for enough time where people can get a good look at them, say their name a lot so they know who they are, right? So when they do get called up, people will remember.
Yeah.
So that's another way to go about that, right?
Hey, can we pivot to AEW real quick with the Hobbs and the Jericho debacle?
What were you
What
thinking about it?
what, what I think having that and Wardlow do the whole powerbomb sequence was redundant.
Mm, so,
It was
Well,
like back to back.
the
the next.
Hobbs
The
Oh,
double squash.
the Hobbs match served the purpose that the Hobbs match was served its purpose. They had to make Hobbs look dominant going where
what
he's
did I
going.
say to you
It
about that
went too
match?
long though.
All right.
Yeah, yeah,
Right,
it
that's
went
what
too
did it
long.
have to go that long? Like, god
No,
damn! All right, just pin the nigga already.
It was a
no, they
boring
could have
match.
shaved probably 2.5 minutes off that,
They could have
and
shaved
still,
4 minutes of
Man,
that, bro. The first 3 fucking seconds was a
awful.
spine buster. Yeah? From that spine buster, the way Jericho was selling that spine buster, he should have been counted out from then. Not that he should have pinned him and over.
That's
He
all I'm
should have
saying.
picked him up. He should have picked him up, hit another spine buster, walk around a bit, go to pick him up, code breaker. Cool, kick out. Fucking Jericho goes for the walls, push him away, spine buster, spine buster, spine buster pin. That's all it had to be. But they just
yeah,
made it something. I feel like it missed the mark. I feel like it told the story of, oh,
It
this is
absolutely
what we
did.
are. Yeah, I feel like it told the story of, oh, this is what we were meant to do, but we didn't know how, basically. And then Wardlow came out, to your point, KB, and said, this is how it's done. But the problem is, they should have swapped that over. Because the problem with Wardlow, why the crowd started tuning out, is that powerbomb stick is boring now. Which is why the second they realised, after the shoulder thrust in the corner, that it was going to be the three powerbombs, the crowd instantly tuned out. So what they need to do with Wardlow is swap that over with Hobbs. They need to give Hobbs the new 20-second matches, spinebuster till can't continue, and they need to let Wardlow do 4 minute domination matches. So people can now see and remember that Wardlow can do more than a fucking powerbomb. This man can do sentons, hurricane
Man,
runners, fucking
yeah,
Facts.
suples,
Swantons.
SWAT, bro. He can do it all. He can do Spanish flies.
man.
Not that
yeah,
show
yeah. Like
the crowd want to
Wardlow in the
see
ring.
Wardlow. His whole
Yeah,
appeal
Crazy.
is
Him
Wardlow
and
in the
what
Brian
ring
he
is
Cage
does.
went at it.
Wardlow's
yeah.
whole thing is that he does what he does, bro. Not this power bomb. Yeah, at first it was good because no one was doing that. But then, guess who was doing that? W. Morrissey in Impact. He was doing the literal same gimmick at that point. I don't know if he was watching Impact at that point, baby.
I was, yeah,
Yeah, there you go. He was doing
yeah,
that same. So it's like we've seen it.
yeah. But
We literally saw it twice.
yeah, but in Wardlow and Hobbs, like Wardlow is the more polished of the two in the ring.
100%.
Yeah.
Which is why him having
Yes,
So
short
absolutely.
matches
so
is
yeah,
good.
they should flip this a little bit. It's like okay, it vary up Wardlow's offense because he can. He's capable of doing that, right? He's more than
Yeah,
just a
absolutely.
yeah. Hobbs is just pardon the pun, the powerhouse of that group that he's going to. Like he should wreck everybody that he gets in that ring with at a lot quicker than 7 minutes. So
Exactly.
you
I
know,
mean, and
so
then like what you said, I get it why they did it. Like I get the point, but like, come on, bro. Like somebody needed to know that was way too fucking long. And then
yeah,
Warlow
no,
comes in for 30 seconds and just walks out.
yeah,
It should have
yeah.
been
So
that.
they got to right
Not cool.
ideas, just on the wrong people, right? Flip them, you know,
Yeah.
flip them. No, but the Hobbs pairing with Don Callis's group, I like that
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
because
good
that's
move.
going to get him on TV regularly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with some top end guys. So that's what you want, right? As for Wardlow with that MJF on his wristband, that's sending him somewhere. Now
He hasn't forgotten.
how they get there, that's another story. But I'm interested to see, okay, how are you getting Wardlow to Max?
Wouldn't it
Where
be
how are you
amazing
gonna do that?
if MJF approached Wardlow to be one of his partners? That would
Well,
just be so
he
full
needs a
circle.
few though.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If it was in a manner where that could be a thing, that would be so. Alright, cool. One of the acclaim niggas get injured, and so now there's only two of them, and now they need a fourth. And in MJ, listen, I'm gonna. Alright, Davey, this fantasy booking thing on Wednesday, it's over for everyone, yeah? That's what I'll say. Oh no. Lights, go to black. I love how everyone went quiet when I'm like, enough. Hello, guys. Why's everyone gone silent?
Hello?
What's happened? Okay,
Oh,
Shit.
Suge has disappeared.
Shook disappeared. My ring lights are
Suge
cutting out.
Suge is now Suge is now John Cena.
Oh damn.
Because we can't see him.
Fucking hell, Davey. What a dad joke, bruv. Fucking hell, Davey. Oh, come on. Now my ring light is being disrespectful. Alright, Remy's in
As,
the dark now, guys.
Now,
Oh, this
speaking
is
of Carmelo Hayes, where we were just talking about him,
6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
uh, he is in a triple threat match this Tuesday for a shot at Dragunov with Baron Corbin and Dijak.
Baron Corbin. That's his new name. That's his new name. That's
I don't know what went, and I don't know what went on with the promo he was doing backstage.
Right when he
who?
just walked away, the music
LA
just cut
Knight,
on. Like,
LA Knight's music hit, and they just
Who?
stopped talking and walked off the screen. I'm like,
But don't you
were you
remember
so?
when he
ultimate
was bum ass?
disrespect.
When he was bum ass Corbin, they kept doing the same thing with him. If you remember, like he'll be
Yeah, but they
talking to him, and
shouldn't.
they'll be like, "Oh, sorry, Corbin. Something more important's happening over there."
Yeah, but they shouldn't go back to that gimmick because,
Yeah, that
well,
wasn't smooth.
for a multitude of reasons that we would be talking about probably till like Thursday. But but
We'll see.
that match there, I think they should pivot on that too because I think the initial thing was Corbin Dragunov, but I would go Dijak Dragunov
I believe
Yeah,
Corbin
same.
needs the title. Oh my god, I'm gonna fight this ring light.
because
Dijak needs the title.
it won't be
Dijak.
Carmelo because they
No,
just did that. So they're on.
No,
Carmelo's gonna
it
go
won't be.
Dijak.
I vote Dijak as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
man. Shook.
And another match announced. We're going to just
What happened?
jump next door for a second here. Jay
Mm-hmm.
White is getting paired up with Penta next Wednesday.
Mm,
Hmm.
Okay.
yeah,
Facing who?
Never
maybe.
Penta
Oh,
El Zero Miedo versus Jay White. on Dynamite next week.
Okay. I thought they were
Yeah,
tagging or something. Okay.
not
Oh yeah, I'm here
not
for
a
that.
match
Sign me up.
not a match I ever thought that I needed to see. It is now.
Penta.
Yeah, I'm here for that. Sign me up for that.
I like Penta. I don't. I don't necessarily care for his matches, but then once his matches start, I like to watch them. If you know what I mean. So I'm
Yeah,
I
never gonna
don't.
see. I'm never gonna see. I'm never gonna see Penta on a graphic and be like, "Oh, can't wait to see that." But I never watch a Penta match and then I'm like, "Oh, that was shit." I'm always like, "Okay, good match."
you're always glad that you did see the match,
Mhm.
but it's
Mhm.
not one that you. Yeah, yeah. No, that's a good way to put that. But I think that's going to be quite excellent.
Oh
That one.
yeah.
And what else we got coming up?
I shook.
Huh.
I just remembered that I got Ben and Jerry's fucking cookie dough ice cream, bro.
Match the goat.
My nigga. God. Shit.
And
Shit.
Sky Blue has a very interesting matchup on Rampage this week too. She's fighting Emi Sakura.
Bro, in the fucking bin, bro. I don't give a fucking shit about that.
And
Who
and
gives a fuck about Emmy? Bro, if
no,
you are gonna say
it's
that
not so
Emmy
much about it.
Sakura,
It's
if
not so
you are
much
gonna
about Emmy.
say that Emmy
And no,
Sakura
wait. No,
is,
no.
It's not so much about Emmy,
Let
right?
Davy cook because Sky Blue looks like she's turning.
Oh yeah, she is. She was on Ring of
wait,
Honor tonight,
I think
I
and
saw.
no spoilers.
her
I'm gonna watch Ring of Honor when I come off this.
but her demeanor is different. Her look is different. Her the actions in the ring are different. So I'm really
Yeah, she
interested
She
to
been getting
see.
to it.
Yeah, like I'm interested to see the character, how she is in that match
yeah, no,
with
I
Sakura.
understand that, but I'll tell you what I don't want to see: Amy Sakura.
I'm looking
I
at Emi
second
Sakura
that.
a little bit.
I have no problem with Emmy. Any match that
Obviously,
I've
though,
seen
that's
her
your
in,
friend
I've
from high
liked.
school, but this is my thing, yeah? She may be one of the greatest in the early 2000s, she's not good in the ring, bro. I don't care what you say, Davey. I don't care how great she was 6 years ago. She needs to get out of the fucking ring. She's
No,
not.
it's not so
Her
much the
moves
match
mean
itself.
nothing. Her
I'm
charisma is a lie. We won't rock you. Like, just no,
Not won't
man.
rock you.
It, just a bore. But, but, and this is gonna sound weird. I do like that she gets showcased in any vein because she is somewhat of a legend.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's the Miko's Santamora of AEW,
AEW. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
essentially, right?
Mhm. I'm surprised they haven't tried to bring Satomura in,
She's still with WWE.
but she's not. What is she? A coach now?
I don't know what she's doing. I haven't
I
seen her
think so,
since the
yeah.
match that she had with Roxanne. So
That's what I was gonna say. That's the only thing I've seen her do. And even then, when they brought her in like she had been having matches in NXT constantly before that. They was like, "Oh, you're facing her," and everyone was like, "Ooh." That was it. Yeah, that was it. Ooh. Okay, cool. What's
Ooh.
next? That's what they did, bro.
but if that gets Sky closer to where Julia Hart is, which
But
is I
what's
think
the
where
end goal though, bro?
I
Because what
don't
is Julia
I
What?
Hart and
don't
Sky gonna be
well
a
I
tag
don't
team?
well I don't
Right.
know,
I'm
but that's
saying. Little.
part of the thing. If you can see what the end goal is,
And also, Sky Blue has no allegiances with no one in House of Black in any manner. Even with Brody and Julia, I don't know if you noticed. I really like their dynamic because there literally isn't one. He walks out behind her, he stands next to the ring, and he protects her. He is literally a hellhound guarding his fucking master's property. Like,
basically, yeah.
do you know what I mean? How does Sky fit into that? What is she the fucking the property's what
She's
underling?
from Chicago.
No, listen, I have no problem with Sky Blue being anywhere, my bro. I don't think you understand. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Forget it.
No, I think
I'm just
Remy's
saying,
going to what
do
is the
something.
connection other than the
Yeah,
mist? Other than the mist that Julia sprayed in her eye or in her face?
she's never
What
been
is the other connection?
betrayed on AEW or nothing. She doesn't have like no, oh yeah, me and this person were best friends, and now like that she can go back on. There's no like planted seeds of hatred. So I just don't get where they're gonna go with it. Like, and as Davey said, my main thing is what connection.
Yeah.
She's angry about what happened with CM Punk.
Ah, the elephant in the room
Get
that we haven't spoken of yet.
Oh yeah, Punk. And after
what
this, we're
CM
gonna have
Punk
to.
getting turned down.
I'm actually
And
gonna have
so
to
yeah,
cut out early, guys.
let's hit Punk and wrap up because
Yeah,
I
yes, fair. Because I gotta go as well.
yeah.
Honorable mention to Bullet Club for coming out on the big wheels. I thought that shit was hilarious.
But you can't bring
All
out
right, now
Bullet
we can
Club.
go.
You can't bring out Bullet Club without talking about the quarters.
Okay,
Oh,
all right. Let's. Can we just do that in a quick flash? Because I just have one thing to say.
all
Everyone
right,
is
what's that?
being soft as shit. One, two. Tony Khan, fucking MJF, all of them involved should have known better. Read the fucking room. Three, people trying to twist the narrative and say, "Oh, it's a shot at this or it's a shot." Shut the fuck up. That's literally it. That's it. That's
I
it.
I agree with everything Remy said there.
Same.
Like, and
Everyone in agreement? Right, let's go.
MJF signed off on this, and right afterwards he announced that he was a keynote speaker. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I want to
right
get back.
there's your spokesman who just got fucking roasted on national television.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Draws a lot of eyes to it. Draws a lot of attention to it. People that may
Absolutely. Great
people that
marketing.
may have people that may have ignored what he was doing aren't now.
Mm-hmm.
It got a lot of attention where it needed. Right. As far as the quarters go, Juice has been doing that for quite a while
Yeah.
now.
For
right, and I
ages.
That's
was
that's
just
part of
about
his
to
shtick.
say
Yeah.
I was just about to slide on that point. Like if you don't know how punches work, a loaded punch is when you grab onto anything and you hit somebody with it. A
Yeah.
roll of quarters is perfect for that application.
And
A
my
Yeah.
roll
nigga
of pennies.
holding it in a roll is even nice because
Yeah.
realistically, niggas used to hold that shit freestyle in their hand and just
Yeah.
let that shit do its thing.
Yeah. Like I seen Juice do that to everyone's favorite person, Fred Rosser, over in New Japan.
Wait,
And
two
the
Fred,
things,
quarters
two things,
exploded all
two
over the
things,
ring.
two things. First of all, Fred fucking Rosser.
yeah,
Second of all, do you see in this world when we are talking about Juice Robinson, yeah, how you lot have to emphasize that you are saying juice and not because I don't know. Davey had to say, yeah, because speaking of juice, because we ain't trying to get cancelled out here.
right, juice.
Right.
We ain't trying to get
Include that
cancelled.
last name. Yeah, he
Exactly.
hit that
Yeah,
last name in there.
include that last name, Davey, at all times. Because your accent was the line. Pretty.
Stop.
Hey, Juice,
Right.
Davey,
They're
no.
gonna cut the line. It's just gonna go black.
Turn the ring
Um,
light off,
They're gonna be
Davey.
but
knocking on our door.
Turn the ring light off.
but yeah, that whole
Right.
thing got blown way the fuck out of proportion for what it was. Like
100%.
I mean, if
like
MJF doesn't care, then shut the fuck up. That's as
oh
simple
But
as that.
also, but no, but also we'll take accountability because you look around at what's going on. That's fucking stupid timing. Regardless of what, it's still stupid timing. But don't try and link the two. Two things can be true. Like one, yes, they should have
Exactly.
done it in this time. But two, no, it's nothing to do with it.
yeah.
And even if it just makes no sense. Even if it was meant to be a shot at the happenings of today, how does it relate? Because yes, MJF done the promo about being Jewish and the quarters, whatever. But even if that was a shot, how would that relate to the fucking wars in Palestine? And it doesn't even it,
It's
what?
just people. It's just people
What?
looking to latch on to something to bitch about something.
There aren't a bunch
Prisoner
of
of the moment.
Israelites. There aren't a bunch of
Yeah.
Israelites throwing pennies in Palestine as to why you can relate it to that promo and even that didn't happen in the promo. So it's just mega reaching.
All I want to say is this: if this Juice Robinson push is affected in any way, I'm gonna be highly upset.
I mean, I personally wouldn't be. I'm not big on. I think he's funny. He's winning me over lately. But in the ring, I think he's bog standard at best. He's
Oh,
not
he's
like
not
a.
great in the ring.
Yeah,
He never was. Well,
Wow.
he's
he's
good,
not.
but he's
He's
not
never.
great.
Yeah, bro. He's not great in the ring. Two, he doesn't have a look. I like his outside gear look. He looks like a madman. But in the ring, he just looks like a fucking homeless man that you said, yo,
He,
pack off your shirt and go and wrestle my man, and I'll give you $20.
Hey, yo, Rim.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's one.
last week
So you
I
go,
was
bro.
at the liquor store.
Hmm.
Tell me why. There was a homeless luchador
As in,
trying to buy some items.
no,
You
wait,
you
stop,
just
stop.
brought that back to my
Stop,
remembrance, bro.
stop, stop, bro. You didn't even need to say the full sentence. A homeless luchador. He was homeless, but he had a mask.
He was homeless, but he had a luchador mask on.
My nigga, he was homeless, but he had a mask on.
He had a mask on.
My nigga.
Hey man, get an A for effort in this motherfucker, man.
A for effort. Kayfabe.
Right.
This
But
nigga said, even if my life is no, Davy, we gonna run this one down, bro.
Hey, look.
No, we gonna run this one. He
Hey,
said,
look.
my life is falling apart. I
But these
have
graps
no
still real.
house. I
These
don't know
graps are
where
still
I'm
real.
gonna sleep tonight. But if there's one thing I know, El Luchador.
Exactly.
Viva El Luchador.
Uh-huh.
And he's from Compton. You know, Viva El Luchador. And you're like, why are you no? Is that Rey Mysterio
Oh
with a
shit.
mask? Alright, cool, Davey, we're back. We're back. That
we're back.
couldn't be explained. I was not gonna let you deadpan that. I don't give a shit. That was never gonna happen. Yeah? How many times have you seen a homeless luchador?
You know, that's
Exactly.
0.
Exactly. Davy's been watching
only in
wrestling.
Long Beach.
David's been watching wrestling from when they used to only use 2 ring ropes.
Yep.
And
This
even
this is
then, he hasn't
this is
seen a
true.
homeless luchador.
They couldn't even when I first started watching. They couldn't even afford to have it in bars.
See?
That
That
Paul
was,
saved it from. Yeah.
that was
True,
still at
true
Carnival.
story.
Yeah, so there you go. There you go.
Um,
So big up that homeless luchador.
Huge.
Big up for sure. Shout out to the homeless Luch.
Man like El Pavito. Big up him. Yeah.
The
So
non Pavito.
we back. We back.
Okay, yeah. CM Punk. We rapping. We rapping. Should gotta get up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, Remy's
No, for real.
gotta go
Let's
bury
go.
his dead man. We all got shit to do. We all got shit to do, guys.
but as of now, it does not look like Punk is going
Punk
to be punking anywhere.
Punk has burnt all his bridges, and rightfully so, because you're 63 years old
Forged.
and you act like you're 12. Like, my nigga, get a grip. Get a fucking grip. Also, but you think you can just fucking walk from one company to the next and everyone's gonna be like,
Yes,
yeah,
he does.
sure. But also, we could all be talking shit right now because the fucking dirt sheets could just be misleading us and Punk could show up in
Mm-hmm.
NXT. So, if Punk does come back, my arm looks real good. If Punk does come back to the, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Tell me when I'm telling lies. So, if Punk does come back, I'll be all for it. Don't get it twisted. But at the same time, in reality, in real life, if that nigga was my friend, I'd be like, my brother, you need to sort your shit out. You're
That's
87 years old.
yeah, and that's the thing there. If he can get his shit together, like his own personal headspace,
Yeah. Because,
then he
bro, you're
becomes a value.
105 years old. You cannot keep acting like you're 7. don't make
Hey,
sense. I will
hey,
age him every time I say his age. It'll
hey,
just get
man,
higher.
listen. Maybe that straight edge stuff don't work like that after all. Maybe you need to,
No, maybe the straight edge thing is the problem.
pull up on a session.
Yeah,
Pull up
that's
on a
it.
crew day session.
Okay, we're just gonna ignore Josh
Eh,
Mansfield's comment. Thank God we didn't see that.
It's one of those. It's one of those things you can't unsee, Remy. It's
I have already unseen it, Davey.
no. It's etched into my eyeballs.
Well, Davey, I am meant to be in that stream on Wednesday, so I'm worried.
I'll be along in the chat on that one.
Hey, Matty, do you want to see something super sexy? Look at this.
Maddie.
Up, y'all. Producers here.
Maddie,
I saw Remy's biceps, which were very, very sensual.
You have you recovered from
Uh,
the Denver event?
no, I have not. I can proudly tell y'all that on Sunday I'll be taking 11 kebab skewers to the fucking Domski.
No.
Oh,
Worth the price of admission. Tune into the Rob All podcast Sunday to
hey, if you
watch
was a real one, you do 12.
Sammy get skewered, Maddie gets skewered.
It's
Matty,
going to be a cold open for Sunday's show. But how was y'all show today?
I drank a bottle of vodka.
It was
A
great.
whole bottle?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Damn.
Rim is on tonight. Rim is on tonight.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
look, y'all. We gotta wrap this CM Punk stuff
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Oh yeah. No, AJ Lee fine ass need to sit him down and help him get his shit together. That's all. I mean, that's it for
I
me.
wouldn't. I wouldn't be
It's
mad.
just ridiculous at this point.
I wouldn't be mad at CM Punk in WWE, but also I wouldn't not be mad at seeing him in WWE. Like, I don't care at this point. I genuinely do not give a shit at this point.
What's CM
I would
Punk
be
doing in
mad
the
at
Impact
CM Punk.
Zone?
I
I
I
would be
would
mad at him in WWE for 2 months. Like it's like a flash. Like this motherfucker's like a shooting star. He's here, then he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
if he gets his head together, I'd like to see him go to Impact. You imagine the eyeballs that would go to get on that product that needs it with his name attached to it.
I don't know, man. I feel like Naomi went to Impact, and yeah, she's a main eventer, but if she was like a 86 out of 100 wrestling card, she definitely gone to like a 82. Like her popularity drops, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like it would
She
be more
lost a lot of eyes.
exactly, and I feel like if
Cause
Punk
who
was
got
more,
that? Cause who got that cable? I don't.
if Punk, brother, I don't get this
I
wrong.
don't either.
Over here, yeah, TNA in London. So back in the day, say like if it came on a Tuesday, we weren't seeing that shit until like Thursday afternoon. So I just, if Punk was to go to Impact, it will do more damage to him than good it will do to the company. I feel.
Well, I mean, how much more damage can you do to Phil Brooks
Un,
in
un,
2023?
unless he went in on
For
a
real.
short deal, like you hear it in sports all the time, right? Prove me deal. Can you prove over 6, 8 months or whatever that you are capable of working with the people on the roster without causing a ruckus? If you can do that, then we might take a look at you.
I don't think he makes it.
I don't
Well, he'd
know,
have
man.
to because
I don't care.
there are no other options.
Does he
Can't
There
go
though?
are
back where
no
he just
other
was.
options.
WWE ain't taking him right now. If he went to
Mm-mm.
New Japan, he would get shipped back in a dustpan probably.
Yeah,
So
that band fragile.
yeah, like
Ah,
the style over in Japan, he wouldn't last 2 seconds, I don't think.
nah, you can't hang.
So his options are limited as to where you're going to
Extremely.
work at. Yeah, and
Well,
who
I
does
guess
he
we
have?
shall see where he end
And
up.
who
If
does he
he
have
end up
to
anywhere.
blame? Phil Brooks.
The
Get
man
your
in
shit,
the goddamn
get your shit together, Phil.
Yeah, man.
Please.
And it's not not even like we're trying to like. We all want.
We
Like,
can't hear you.
We would have all loved to have seen Punk just do what he was supposed to in AEW.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot for. We don't know. We don't know you, Punk. Like, we don't. You shouldn't be irritating people to this level, to the point where it's like, oh, who cares anymore? Oh, it's so
Well-
disappointing. Like, you're like 80. You're 152 years old.
Yeah. And here's another thing too. He got fired by probably one of the biggest Punk fanboys out there.
Yep. Yep.
Like, let that sink in. Like, it's not that there was, animosity coming in. Do I hire this guy? Do I like? He fucking loved him. Like,
Man, threw down the red carpet for him and everything. Like,
Right.
gave him everything you wanted, and then you still get fired by this man?
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
Man, come on, dude.
you
Message to CM Punk from Crew Day: get your shit together.
And
Yeah.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Phil.
Yep, Phil.
You've been my favorite wrestler a lot of the times.
Have a muffin. Have a muffin. Have a soda drink of some sorts. And chill the fuck out.
Have a
Chill
Pepsi
the
and a
fuck
smile.
out.
Have a Pepsi and a smile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eat a Snickers, nigga.
Give him
You know what we got to do? We got to get him in a room with Remy, because that motherfucker make anybody smile. He made me smile.
give CM Punk a Pepsi to give to a police.
This Davey Remy romance is really going somewhere.
Damn right.
It's getting spicy. It's getting spicy.
Listen, me and Davey have one. Me and Matty have one. Sure, me and you hate.
I think Maddie got one with everything.
Like, me and Shaw got that Me and Shaw got that Goku Vegeta going on.
Low key.
KB, like, we still finding ground. You know, I don't like the way I don't like the way you barged yourself into Crew Day. Yeah, I take.
Hey, I ain't barging into that. I ain't barging. Maddie added me to the group chat. I ain't barging into that.
I take fake umbrance with that. Yeah.
Fake umbrance. The
My boy
fake.
Suge invited me into the situation, and Matt was like,
That's why
"Let's
we
do
should
it."
be beefing. That's why it's not. For some reason,
I already knew you was the Jay Uso of the group. I'm already knowing. I see you.
It's just me.
Yeah, I see you.
Does that make
That's
me
all right. Him and Sammy tight though. So him and Sammy tight now, so it's gonna be good.
Sugar is fucking JD Madonna for some reason.
Damn.
And on that note, I'm leaving. Because one thing you ain't never gonna do is compare me to that Funko Pop that copied Finn Balor.
Devlin is leaving the building.
Damn.
On that note,
Oh, this baby on your head.
on that note, y'all, thank you for watching this Crew Day Live.
He is sliding out.
Look, I don't know what these three about to do, but I'm about to get up out of here because they didn't respect me in before, and I can't let that slide. So, bye.
Oh no.
Damn. Hey, it's ending like SmackDown and AEW.
Where's Sharp go, bro?
The chaotic ending is spreading everywhere.
Come on, we got the seeds for a long storyline, guys. It's a long-term.
Hey, for real though. For real though. We have Judgment Day issues in this motherfucker.
Nigga JD, that's serious though. No.
I mean, he left. That's
This
it.
is the thing though.
You know,
I fuck with JD. I fuck with JD with the hair. JD without the hair, that's the disrespect. Nigga
Facts. Facts.
But with the hair,
Facts. Hey, I low key thought he was a little person when I first seen him. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Me too.
I did. I was like, is that a little person they got coming out here?
And he was just wearing the skivvies as well at that point. He was just wearing the pants.
Yep.
Really small pants and a big head.
Huge.
His arms are like this. Like
They-
they didn't go down. They used to like hang out as if he had big lats, but he didn't. And it was like, what is happening?
You
But his
imagine the tag team?
crazy.
You imagine the tag team of Jordan Devlin and Raquel Rodriguez?
Oh jeez, head back,
Raquel in her back and Devlin in his head.
head back. That's what they'll be called.
They call them Head and Shoulders.
Boom.
I can hear Michael call now. This
Torso.
tag team is head and shoulders above the rest of the tag team division.
And now they're gonna head back to the locker room. Yeah, man.
If this was the
For
Vince
real
era, that would be comedy gold.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, man.
Damn. Yeah, that would be. That's
Listen,
it.
guys, I have to go myself. Today's actually been not a good day for me. That's why I was so quiet in the group chat today. But I have a bottle of vodka with me.
I have a big mouth, Remy. So if you're quiet in the chat, that seems to be never a problem.
People don't even realize I'm not even talking. I came in
Right.
the chat today. I was heated. I come in the chat and I realize the time. And I'm like, no, one of these niggas have promoted. Don't
Yes,
You
and
right.
that, yeah,
I am a musician.
You right.
yeah. Me and JD were talking about that, so I am on that from here on out.
As a musician, promotion
Same.
is
Same.
literally the biggest thing
Rep-
to me. Do you know, it's all I know since I was 13 years old. You get me? So even like the other day, Davey, we did numbers on our thing, bro. As in, we got 90 live viewers and 36 replay viewers, and that was just on my stream. On Matty's, we had 42 live viewers, and I can't even see the replay viewers on his. Do you know what I mean? So with the promotion, guys, keep it popping. Like, keep it. Even that wrestle chat. I don't know if you noticed. I don't really talk too much in there because when we promote our shit, they don't care. So you know what I mean. So
No, you right. You right. We on that from here on out.
it will all listen. It will be worth before the end of the year. We're laughing. We've all started gaining followers and shit already. We're in little communities and that. You've got people that are now messaging us on a regular basis, or if we tweet something about wrestling, we have people that will see the tweet that's different from KB. You do the protest thing, you do the activist thing, but now you have people that will ignore them tweets, even if they don't necessarily agree with it, because they're waiting for you to say something about wrestling. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
listen, right, that's it. But hear me, fuck Shook. No, I'm joking, love you, Shook. No, listen, I love Shook. Shook's my nigga, yeah. But anyone, you know, like with Shook here, like I will talk shit. But if anyone tries to talk shit on Shook, we're fighting. So that's what it is, you know what I mean? Goku and Vegeta shit. Only I can kill Kakarot, you know? Yo, guys,
Feel you. And we definitely wishing you better days tomorrow, Rim. You know what I'm saying?
no, man, I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Better days. Better days.
Today's gonna be a somber one because it's my nan's birthday. My nan basically, obviously my mum is around, but my nan was the second person. If my mum wasn't around, my nan's the one that raised me. Do you know what I mean? Like my whole childhood and everything was around my nan. And today's her birthday, so today isn't gonna be a good one for me either. I'll probably be a bit quiet, but what I do want to do, Davey as well. Well, Davey, but KB as well if you're around. Rewatch some either New Japan, Stardom, etc., and then we can do not necessarily a crew day podcast, but maybe just a stream and speak on that for the other audience members that don't necessarily watch WWE, AEW, Impact. Because Gaia, she don't give a fuck about WWE. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I can definitely do that because I seen the New Japan show Sunday and I seen the Stardom show that was out Sunday too. Both were excellent. I have no problem rewatching
And as you
both.
know, I watch a lot of that, but I do it sporadically. So I have some information, and I know, and I don't think KB. I don't think he really watched like new, like
Nah, I don't really.
exactly. So even that in itself, that's free. That's free audiences we're catering to. You got the regular
Okay,
viewer,
all right.
the casual viewer, and the one that's watching this basically for the first time, saying, "What the fuck? That's crazy!" Or so that's what it's about. Everything in this life, when it comes to content, is about relatability. You know. People.
Got you. We got
Alright, I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you for staying. Well, I'm the one that stayed up more so, but thank you for staying up.
you. You definitely did.
Yeah.
5 a.m. right now.
You and that vodka have yourselves a good night.
That's it.
All right, you
Davey,
guys,
you have a good night.
you too, KD, Remy. I will be talking to you online, my man. And you have a good night. You have a good day tomorrow too.